Scratch-off tickets are the oldest trick in the book. They'll always get you. I was checking out of Giant Eagle today. They always give you that option, paying with a card. Would you like cash back? I said, you know what? I will take cash back today. I'm going to take $30 out. And you know what? I just got paid. Fuck it. Took $30, sunk them right into that fucking death trap machine. And I picked 3 scratch-off tickets, okay? 3 $10, feeling a little ballsy. You know, the $10 tickets, feeling a little bit ballsy today. So this one is the $300,000 nest egg. 10 top prizes of $300,000. So I figured, fuck it, I'll get this one, right? I got 3, so scratch the first one. Didn't get a damn thing. Second one, I won 15, so technically my deficit is only 15. And the third one, beat like a fucking old dog again. So I'm definitely, I think everyone is in the negative who plays scratch-offs. I mean, you definitely can't win more than you lose. But anyway, big announcement, very, very big announcement. Threads on Carson, a boutique in the south side of Pittsburgh, is opening its second location at Monroeville Mall. The date is to be determined. I'll definitely let you know once there is a concrete date. But the store is going to be fucking incredible. We've been working on it the past couple weekends. We got some more work to do, but head over to the Instagram at Threads on Carson. There's some updates on there. You can check out a picture of it. Check out some of the clothes that we have, some of the footwear. Definitely one of the best boutiques in the city, if not the best. So shout out Threads on Carson. Anyway, my guest this week, Yoga Ralph, a.k.a. Chunk, a.k.a. Chunky Doo-Wop. You know, I appreciate people's nicknames. I mean, if you had a nickname for years of your life, you appreciate other people's nicknames, especially if they stuck. And this motherfucker got Chunk tattooed on his stomach like Tupac. And so, you know, he was about that life at one point. He was about that big dude life. And now, at one point in his life, being over 300 pounds, Ralph Martino made a change and lost a quick 100 pounds and just changed his life for the better. You know, this motherfucker is just, I don't see him on social media unless it's just fucking, you know, saying something about the gym, in the gym, making some food that's just fueling the machine to go back in the gym. Definitely just like focused his life on his health. And you could tell, like, this dude is involved with yoga, juices, wheatgrass, you know, running, you know, mental conditioning, World War II mental conditioning. Like, we talk about everything in the world on this podcast. And he's a super interesting dude. I thought that he would have a very interesting perspective about, you know, the world of yoga and fitness and stuff like that. So I figured I'd have him on here. He's a podcast fan himself. So, you know, like, we get along well. So I figured it would be a good opportunity to hear what he got to say. But without further ado, episode 31 of I'll Call You Right Back podcast with Ralph Martino.
I gotta use the telephone.
Hello?
Telephone.
I'll call you right back.
Telephone.
I'll Call You Right Back podcast.
I've seen some crazy shit come out these rivers, just fishing myself on them.
Like that fish from The Simpsons?
These rivers around here are rocky, and there's like tree trunks everywhere, especially on like the Yacht.
Right,
like
heroin needles.
That's just like a small percentage of what'll kill you.
Don't even worry about the breaking.
Don't even worry
bottles.
about the needle. Worry about the actual water getting in a cut of you.
You'll be getting what was it, hookworm or some shit.
Yeah.
What can you get from the water?
Some type of
some
parasite.
crazy. Yeah, swim up your dick or something. B is always on the water just fishing. Him and that dog cracks me up.
Some people, I don't know.
Were you a fisherman?
Somewhat. Never really. Like, I would go with my brother and fish and
Like Emily.
just basically, I would go as a youngster just to like drink beers and shit.
Yeah, just
like,
to do something, right?
But like, I never really caught shit. I wasn't good at it.
Well, I wasn't bad at fishing.
A couple summers ago, I was going heavy down the river, building fires and fishing.
Yeah, like it's fun to do that. I'm not a big shore fishing guy because like you can't do too much, and you reel a line in over that shore, it's getting sliced off by a fucking
it's very hard to catch
rusty
like,
bottle or some
and
shit.
what are you catching out here?
Them three-eyed fish from The Simpsons.
You're catching monster
alligator
catfish,
gar, yeah, or
if you're
carp.
lucky.
Carp that'll just rip your arm off.
You can't even eat nothing.
Yeah, fuck that. I wouldn't even eat a walleye or some shit from the not one bit from the Mon.
I don't even eat seafood if it's from like the east.
Really? You don't be fucking with sushi or nothing?
I eat it, but if it's coming from like the Fukushima area, I'm not buying it.
Fukushima.
That shit's real. No one talks about that seafood.
I mean, like, I know it's fucked up. I just, like, try to phase it out of my mind because, like, I don't know, regardless of whatever the fuck we're doing in life, like, I'll drink a Monster, I'll eat a salad and shit, but, like, one day if I'm tired, I'm going to rip a Red Bull, and that shit's destroying your inside. Just poison in there.
That Red Bull is real, like, I like to think that it's, like, it would give like the predator the advantage. If you drank a Red Bull in the streets and like the predator was looking for your ass, you would stand out extra glow. I never fucked with it before, but like I used to drink them very rarely. I would drink Monster Rehab because there was no carbonation in it. But someone gave me my boss at Threads gave me a sugar-free Red Bull the one day, and I felt like I was on fucking crack. Like I was moving faster than I ever was in my entire life, and I was like, Jesus. A lot of people go to that shit. There's boys that'll be drinking 2 a day. Like I'll drink one maybe one a week. Yeah, well, yeah. I know a lot of people. It's 2 a day. It's they spend a lot of their paychecks at fucking Speedway. That's like $7. Packing Newports and 2 Red Bulls, and then your gas. Bill. Then your gas. You're like, that's $80. You're doing that every couple of days, man. Right. That's crazy. That's the worst. People don't think about that. And they're all jittery for like 15 minutes. That's it. Yeah, and then as you start crashing again, you get to work and you like shotgun that Red Bull, and then you're just like, all right, I'm good for the rest of the day. And like that 9:45 hits, and you're just like, fuck, and you're dragging ass. Yep. And then you got to make it till lunch, and then after lunch, you're like, all right, I only got a few more hours left. I used to drink coffee a lot. You don't fuck with coffee no more? I've been coffee free for like 2 years, like alcoholic. Like I've been. Really? 2 Christmases ago was my last cup of coffee. Why? Just for no reason. One, the most important reason why is I don't get up early anymore. I'm not. I don't. There's no like. At first, it was hard to quit, but I'm not up in the morning no more, and I'm not tired anymore. I don't wake up tired. I get to sleep. I wake up at like 9 o'clock every morning. Yeah. Feel good. Yeah. I don't really need to pick me up. I love the taste of it. Now that I'm like I never drank. So I do like the taste of coffee. Yeah, like all the different kinds now. It's like how boys are on IPAs and shit. Yeah, and it's like people are nuts. Like spending $40 on like a case of beer or some shit. You just can't even walk. I just like a nice coffee, different kinds. And now it's just like so hipsterish that like they got every type, anything you want. The best cup of coffee I think I ever had came from Waffles and Caffeinated. What? Waffles and cabinet. I've been there. I've been there once. Their waffles are all right, but man, coffee was vanilla bean. I got a vanilla bean latte. Oh my god! Like I'll go get that right now. I don't really want a cup of coffee, but I'll drink that motherfucker. Yeah, well, that's all good. But I mean, like I used to be crazy on the vanilla bean frappuccino from Starbucks. All it was just like a boutique version of the Dairy Queen vanilla milkshake.
And then I just like got off of the sugar part of the coffee because like now I'll just be drinking black coffee.
Yeah, I like black coffee too. I like to put a little bit of like chocolate almond milk in it, just to spice it up. No sugar or nothing there.
Yeah, just a little smooth. Sometimes a little bit too acidy.
And
gives me a little bit too much.
I used to be a big fan of Patty's Pastries in White Oak.
I've never been there.
Ooh, they got a real good coffee up in there.
Is that's where the old Veltries was?
Yeah, the old Veltries.
I hear about it all the time.
That's Andrew Macy and his family.
Oh,
Small
really?
Little mom and pop bakery.
I didn't
nice
know that.
in there.
All right, Patty's Bakery, right? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Patty's Bakery in White Oak. Hook it up.
Bomb birthday cakes.
Bomb birthday cakes.
Don't tell them I sent you that.
Yeah, I had a birthday cake the other day from Costco, and
You know what?
It was unreal. It had some chocolate mousse in it.
My boy had a birthday party for his daughter, and they had Costco cake, and I was like,
what
did
the
this cake
hell?
come from?
They
Just
put
a normal
Scozias out of
ass-
business.
Yeah, for sure.
all kinds of McKeesport terminology.
I'm big
Scozias
on
and
cake.
shit.
I'm big on cake.
Oh
I'm big
yeah.
on cake.
I mean, I'm a sweet guy. Speaking of this, wait. Before we even got into this. What's in your cup?
What's in the cup?
My cup. Good old Deer Park water.
Deer Park water. You're the first
Spring
person.
water. Deer Park spring water.
You are the first person on the podcast that's asked for water out of everyone. I ask people what they want. I say, what do you want from a gas station? What's your favorite drink? And everyone's like, I want Turner's. I want a Pepsi, a real sugar Coke, buy water, iced tea or some shit. Never once did I get a water.
I was when you asked me that, I was like, I don't know what is I was like, all I drink is water.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not bad. I need to, I drink a decent amount. I need to drink more.
I am specific on my water, though. I ain't fucking around with tap water ever, ever. I hate when I go to a restaurant and someone gives me tap water.
Right.
I might as well got a fucking Pepsi. Or I might as well get a tequila or something like.
Iced tea or some shit.
Shit tastes terrible. But,
I know. Port tap water is bad, too.
But I'm big on spring water. Gotta be spring. Spring or better.
You don't fuck with, the Fuji Artesian well?
I do. Now, see, I'm weird about the Fuji. I think that is phenomenal water.
Yeah.
But we're dumbed down to this American thick water that shit doesn't work. I drink. I've been buying Evian. I've been going up to Sam's Club and
that's the best.
I see you grab these 1 liters. That 1 liter is clutch.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big 1 liter person.
Yeah.
I roll around with 6 bottles of water and shit. To the gym
one
and shit
bottle.
like
You
a
just
psycho.
squeeze that like a fucking juice box.
I literally chug it like a little baby. But I was buying these Evians because they had them on sale. They were only one up Sam's Club at the time, 1 liter artesian water or whatever.
Yeah, artesian.
Buying this, I'm drinking 3 or 4 of these and shit after yoga. Waking up the next day with a migraine and shit, feeling dehydrated. Man, I drank so much water. Then I drank a Deer Park, and it was like syrupy, kind of way thicker. And
dude,
I'm this
thicker.
actually satisfied my thirst.
It is. Now that you say thick water, it does have a different consistency, almost like a creamy consistency.
Yeah, it is. It's thick, but there's something with that Fiji though. It's like something's missing. It's like we put a little small rock in our water or something that makes
extra.
it official.
I mean, Fiji water is I'll drink if it's there, but I'm never spending more money. Yeah, it's overrated.
$3 for a bottle of water.
You know what is good though is that Fred water. I bought it. It's the one that's in
Is it the
it looks
red
like a
thing?
flask.
No,
it looks like a
okay.
flask with a white top and I'm a terrible your typical consumer. If you got a cool bottle, I'm gonna try it out. You know what I mean? Voss
I am
water.
that. I remember trying Voss.
It just
I
looks
tried them.
boutiquey.
Yeah.
Did you like Voss water?
Water to me is. I'm not going to say water's water because I'll pass a blind taste test right now.
Yeah.
I'll definitely taste tap. I'll definitely taste non-spring. I can
For
definitely
sure.
tell you what Aquafina is. There's definitely a big difference in your fucking Audi spring water and your Giant Eagle spring waters.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't mind Giant Eagle spring water.
I don't mind it either. The price is right most of the time.
I know. I got it in
but,
my fridge right now.
I'm a big Sam's Clubber. I go to Sam's Club and they're just. I think it's all the same when you think about it. You'll pay an extra $1, but you'll get an extra 20 fucking bottles of water.
Yeah, you just get more for that. If you don't mind having it laying around, you could get
I'm sick with the water. I think I drink no joke, no less than 12 regular bottles of water a day.
A day.
I'll take 6 to the gym with me when I go to the gym, and then I'll take like 40 yoga. Then I'll have like one with breakfast, lunch, and like
Just hidden in your
12
sock and
minimum.
shit.
Like my skin should be immaculate, but it's not. I swear I'm still dehydrated.
That's all right, though. I mean, you just got to keep drinking it more. Whenever you are dehydrated, you just got to keep it going. I see everyone put them like water levels on a gallon jug, and like it's hard for me to drink a gallon of water. It's like I'll see that couple minutes roll by, and you're like, you got to drink a few lines, and you're just like squeezing it inside of you.
You should. I mean, some people do that. They say you'll lose weight if you chug a lot of water. All you do is just pee more.
Yeah, you just piss
pee
more, and like I already piss enough, so like it's annoying to me.
You know what you need when you're thirsty. Drink water.
That's it. That's the moral of it. End of the podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. Good night, folks.
Podcast all about water.
Drink some water.
I did want to have you on the podcast. Okay, so like, I know that you're a podcast heavy guy. We were talking about this before we were recording, and I've known you for a good bit of time. You could say, I guess. And at the time I met you, you were probably 3 times the size of yourself now.
I was definitely twice the size.
What was the most weight you've ever weighed?
I don't know exactly what I weighed, but it was tipping the scales. The scales stopped at 300, and I didn't see that motherfucker for years.
And so how much you weigh right now?
Right now, I'm coming in at, I want to say maybe like 210. I really don't weigh myself too often.
Fight weight. You could take it from me as fight weight.
Yeah, definitely a fight weight. My fight weight was I was really 190. I was like in the best shape of my life. But I like where I'm at right now. I'm a little bit thicker.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're definitely better than you were.
I'm not, like, my cardio and shit ain't top key, but, like...
Yeah, but you lift and shit.
Yeah, but I'm out here, yeah.
Yeah, you're out here throwing some weights. That's fine.
I'm out here definitely a lot thicker. A lot manlier.
Yeah, a lot man. You're not just sitting there with, like, you're not starving yourself to get some ripples in your fucking skin.
No, that's the best thing about it, too,
yeah,
keep I'm not starving.
Keep that. I don't give a fuck. I'm already married. So you were huge before you got chunk tattooed on your stomach. Now, where did that come from? I have to ask you. That was the first thing I wanted to ask you about.
Oh, man, the chunk origin is old school.
Is it because you were fat?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
That's Goonie related. That's a Goonie related rip that came, I want to say I was in 7th grade. Science teacher / football coach, Mr. Castronis. Shout out Mr. Castronis, you fucking crew-cutted psycho. He used to fucking pick on boys. Like, I was a big fucking defensive lineman, fat as fuck in 7th grade and shit. Mm-hmm. And, like, I'm not going to lie, I was fucking soft. Like, big. I was big for nothing. And he would see that shit and he would fuck with me. He'd fucking kick me. He'd rip on me and shit. One day, this boy just called me. I remember he kicked me right dead center. I was in a 3-point stance, ready for boys to snap. He came rushing over dude and just fucking Spartan kicked me right in my face mask. And I fell back on my butt. And he was like, come on, Chunk, get up. And everyone was just like, oh, shit, Chunk from the Goonies. And I was like, all right. And then from there on out, next day I came into practice. Motherfucker put the white tape on it, and it just said Chunk on my helmet. And I was like, all right, it is what it is.
Guess that's
I was like, it could be worse.
Yeah,
Prior to that, people
fucking
called
name
me
is Strawberry.
Prior to that, people called me Fester. Because I was fat and I would always have a shaved head in the summer. So I'll take the Chunk.
Yeah, Chunk is way better than Fester. I've had my nickname since probably seventh or 8th grade. Strawberry.
But 7th grade though, yeah.
7th grade, they always come in. Like, you can never, if you give yourself a nickname, you don't deserve to have it. You don't deserve to have it. If someone's giving it to you and it sticks, then like you got to just wear it. It's a badge of honor. But
self-proclaimed nicknames. I self-proclaim myself Yoga Ralph.
That's an all right
just
nickname.
Just because, though. Like, I don't know.
So, like, yeah. So right now, from what I knew you before to now, you're like a. I would call you a fitness freak. Anytime I ever see you on social media, you're just out there fucking, lifting, fucking doing yoga, doing some shit that's active, and you lost a fuck ton of weight, and like you were a big dude at one point in life, and that's why I wanted to get you on here from your aspect of a big dude turned athletic. Would you call yourself athletic?
I would call myself I would call myself a fake athlete.
A fake athlete?
Like, I'm very athletic, but I'm not,
you don't have to be shooting 3 points.
I'd ride the bench.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
you're going to go out there and give it 100, right?
Yeah, I'll play some defense.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach. I'll play some defense.
I got a heart. So, like, what? First of all, we got to start. You grew up in McKeesport.
Yeah.
Okay. What was life like growing up for you? Good childhood.
Yeah, I can't complain.
Okay.
Can't complain.
And you played. You said you played football in 7th grade.
Small sports, 7th, 8th grade football.
Yeah.
I was like, I hung out with the jocks, but I was the man of the people.
Yeah.
I hung out with the jocks, but you could catch me with the nerds all day.
That's me, dude.
But like, so like, you know, I'd just get in wherever. It didn't matter how, like, when I was young, when I was in elementary school, I didn't get fat until I was in maybe 5th grade. When
Yeah.
I was in when I was young, I used to play white oak ball
All
I
day.
used to hoop all day. Hoop was my passion. To this day, I love the hoop. But man, there's no shot in hell I'll ever get to the league. So I just let that go. Last year, I broke my toe hooping. It was like the worst summer of my life.
Where at?
I was hooping up South Allegheny Middle School. It was an over 30 league. There was nothing to prove out there. I fucking break my toe.
He said there's nothing.
I had nothing to prove out there, and my luck. I used to think about that shit. I'd be up there hooping. I'd be like, man, these motherfucking old dudes, like, they really
They're wild.
They're
dude.
wild. They'll throw an
30-year-old.
elbow and shit, and I'm like, it's real possibility that I could blow my knee out and shit. or
I know,
something.
right? They play
I
to
used
win.
To think about that. I stepped on some dude's fucking foot up there one day. Goddamn, broke my toe like right here where before the arch begins.
That's the worst.
They couldn't put it in a boot. They couldn't put me in nothing because it's a fucking toe fracture.
So you said to walk around
They're
hurting.
just like, stay off it for a couple months. I'm like, all right. Worse. It happened in March, like right before my birthday, right before my 33rd birthday. I broke my toe. Worst summer ever.
They just sit around.
I couldn't do. I would still like. I couldn't do nothing. I love the like. My mornings consist of waking up and running. Like, I'll go for a fun run, like a psycho.
Yeah.
I'll run 3 miles around the neighborhood, quick half hour. Every morning. I do it every morning. It's like my therapy. If I don't do that, I think I would probably like backhand a bitch or something. I swear.
Backhand someone. So what made you get into shape?
Well, mainly, I always lifted. I always had a weight bench in my basement.
Yeah.
I always was as a big man, I always looked up to boys like Big Van Vader, like
Oh my god!
like
the big dudes,
the big boys that could move. I was one of them big boys that could move. Like, I might
Mark
not be able to
Henry,
run a mile.
Vader.
I might not be able to run a mile, but man, I might fucking do. I might Vader bomb your ass right now. And we save that.
You had that. You had
long
that
run.
dumb fat strength
Yeah,
where like
I had that
we could just pick someone up and just
Yeah.
throw him for some
that,
reason.
that cow strength.
Yeah.
That Wagyu beef. I was Wagyu beef. Like, I was solid, but like I was useless. Like, I wasn't
like
moving
that
too
cow
far.
strength. That's
like,
what
we
it
barely
is.
move, but I can move.
That's hilarious.
But mainly, like, I was just looking at it like I was fat as fuck. Like, I wasn't holding my weight well. Like, some people were big. Like, I was just sloppy.
yeah.
And my mom died 8 years ago. She had a massive heart attack, and that was just it. And then right before that, my half sister Vicky, her kidneys failed.
Really?
She was always overweight. And then like a year after that, my dad's kidneys failed, and I was taking care of my dad. And I was just plagued by like death. I felt like I seen my future. I would go to the hospital it was like I was at the hospital every day as just a visitor. I was never there for myself, ever.
But just seeing it.
Every fucking day I'm there, and I'm like, man, if I go at this rate, this is going to be me, and people are going to have to come in here and see this. Like, I always thought, like, not just like to get healthy, but like, if I ever had kids, I don't want them to come in there and see me on my back every day with like plugs in me. And that was the route I was going. I still think if I didn't do what I did, I mean, I didn't even intend to do what I did. I just was like, you know what, I got to do something. I was taking my dad to kidney dialysis 3 times a week. He had to go to dialysis. It was like 3.5 hours Monday, Wednesday,
What is
Friday.
that?
Where when your kidneys fail, we'll talk about kidney awareness because that's a big thing.
I honestly have no idea what it is.
People neglect their kidneys. I'd see people my age there, people younger than me. People get bah humbug. You might be in a car accident,
Yeah.
and be put on life support, and next thing you know, while you're out, your kidneys end up failing, and maybe you need a transplant, or maybe you could bounce back. But what dialysis is, once your kidneys shut down, there ain't no like, you can't build them fuckers back up. It's done. That and your liver, they basically filter all the toxins out of your body and basically make you pee, whatever. You stop peeing when your kidneys fail.
Oh, really?
So what they do is they, some vampire shit. They take these big ass needles and they jab you up. They put 2 big ass things in, like, you got to get surgeries and shit to put ports in your arm.
Oh, really?
And it connects into your heart. And over that 3 hours or whatever they do every other day, they pull your blood out of your body and run it through some type of filtration device, and they slam it back in you.
Jesus.
So, like, it was fucking crazy.
That is wild.
It's one thing I think about. Like, I'm not a big fan of alcohol, just because I see the kidney failure in my family, and I think, like, I don't really believe in that shit. I think doctors make money off that shit. They look at family records and then they prescribe you shit to help, like, get paid.
Yeah.
But I look at shit like that and I'm like, maybe there is a little, maybe, like, if I don't stop drinking this Turner tea,
I know, right?
maybe
get kidney stones.
get kidney
and shit?
stones. My brothers both get kidney stones. I never got kidney stones.
I got a knock on wood me either, and I drink tea like a fucking nut. What causes you for your kidneys to fail?
Well, my dad. Well, most people, it could be anything. Like, there was like some people, like the diabetes. It could be be advanced diabetes might do it. Well, my dad's case was he had a cancer tumor removed in his stomach, and like, if you basically if you, like, flatline and shit, when you die for, like, or when they put you on life support,
Yeah.
like, you're still alive, but your organs start failing on the inside. Depending on how long you're on it, say you're on life support for a week and you end up surviving,
Yeah.
your quality of life is going to be
Way less.
it's going to be way fucked with. And most of the time, first thing to go is your kidneys.
That's wild
It's
as
the
hell.
first thing to fail, but
You have to do dialysis 3 times
for the rest of your life. There's no.
Oh, that's all the time.
There's no. The only solution to it would be to get a kidney transplant.
Yeah, and that's probably hard
And
as
that's
fuck and
fucking-
expensive
yeah.
as fuck.
Yeah, I watch on Viceland boys giving kidneys up for 4 bands
I
and
know,
shit. And,
right?
it blows my mind. I would look at these bills. What was sick about the dialysis is the bills were off the fucking chain. It was $3,300 an appointment, and we're talking 3 times a week, $3,300 every fucking time, no matter what. Sometimes they'd say, your numbers ain't right. We need you in here on Saturday again.
Oh,
4 times a week, and then on top of that, they'd hit them for like another. So we're $3,300 every other day for fucking. That's 15 days. That's fuck. I don't even know what the math is.
That's like $45,000.
Yeah, it's like 5. It's like 50 bands, and then we're talking the medicine and shit to go with it, the tubes.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Then, like, if your kidneys fell, my sister, when her kidneys fell, she worked at the hospital. They made her retire. They made her do all that. Like, it was over.
Your sister passed away?
She held on for like 2 to 3 years with that.
But having to go back and get
Just
blood pumped in
dialysis
all the
every
time.
fucking day.
Jeez.
And hers was way rough. She fucking, they put her through the grinder. She would do 8 hours sometimes on that shit. And like, if you've ever donated blood before,
Yeah.
You know how dizzy you get from that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Imagine
All the
empty it
time.
all out.
That's-
We're gonna empty you all
That's
out
what I
over
was thinking.
4 hours, and then we're gonna put it back in you with like salt water. I don't know what the fuck they mix it with. They would mix it with like saline, IV drips. It was crazy. If you ever, I would compare it to kidney dialysis clinics to, like, if you've ever seen anybody go to like chemotherapy, where you sit in the chair and they might slide a little cool ass TV in front of you.
Yeah, maybe if you're lucky.
In a bullshit chair or whatever. I always looked at that like, what's
Get
up with
these
these
boys
bullshit
some comfortable
chairs?
ass lazy boys.
And what's funny about it was you would think that would be cool, but you can't put your legs up because when you raise your legs up, like that's one thing I learned from yoga majorly, like how to fuck with your blood pressure, how to bring your blood pressure up, how to bring it down. And it's all about position of your heart. Like if you put your legs up above your heart, all your blood will flow back down. You'll fucking fight gravity because I wanted to talk about gravity when I got here. That was one thing I was like, I'm not going to talk about nothing, but I'm just not going to come in with no ammo. But I was like, we got to discuss gravity because gravity is something that no one ever thinks about.
Yeah, I mean, lay it on me.
No, who's better than gravity? You know anybody that could beat gravity?
No.
Gravity lays on us all day.
Yeah,
all day. It's a force that just keeps us on this earth. And it's mainly what helps your blood flow. Your blood flows, we're standing up all the time. Our hearts are above. It's pushing it down our fucking toes and shit.
Yeah.
Like, people don't think about that. Like, gravity been, like, I'm 34 years old. Gravity been beating me up for 34 years.
Literally every second you've been alive, even before.
And the only way really to counteract that gravity, I feel, is you got to stretch out. You got to, you can't just be sardine can packed up and shit.
Yeah.
You got to elongate. You got to open up. If your back was pinched and tight, you'd have serious issues. If it's loose and flexible and shit, you're on cloud 9 out here.
Yeah, for sure. I pinched my back a week before my wedding.
Knock on wood, I never had any injuries.
Like crazy bad. Like bottom left eye had like a protruding disc or some shit, and I was getting stim from the chiropractor every day to even try to get me to be able to like walk. And I didn't know what stim was, and I asked him like what it was, and he says that stim, the electric stim that they put on your back, it puts pulses through your muscles to be able to trigger it, to make it like shoot chemicals that heal your body quicker. It's like that like little pain you're feeling is like pulsating this chemical that makes you like heal. It's your natural chemical to like heal your body. Whoever's listening to this is fucking medical knowledge, or like, you fucking idiots.
People were probably like, these motherfuckers.
That's all right. We're just
this dude's talking about water. He's talking about motherfucking gravity. I don't even know what we were just talking about.
We were talking about,
I jumped to gravity in the middle of it. That we were talking about
like being in the hospital and lifting up your legs.
Yeah, but
which is crazy. I never even thought about that.
Well, where should how should I explain this? Our bodies are nuts. We got the brain, and then we got the vessel. Like everybody sees the outside and that, and everybody got a brain. They think for themselves, but no one ever thinks about their central nervous system. Like, you get sick, it's not because someone sneezed on you, it's because your fucking central nervous system's like
weak.
Your immune system ain't fucking up the par. It's not producing the possible energy you might have inside you, or it might have some bullshit energy inside you.
Yeah.
And shit like that is like the shit I be thinking about. Like, it's like what I do the yoga for. I do the stretches because like gravity pushes on. Like, no one's tougher than gravity. And like I do a lot of weightlifting. I've been lifting heavy for 4 or 5 years straight. Like, I don't think I missed a week. Like, my weeks, I'm like Arnold out here.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't do chest on Wednesday, I'll probably pick it up on Friday. Like, I ain't missed a week. Like, I guess I'm disciplined. I got nothing better to do. I guess as a single male right now,
well, I mean,
might as
like,
well go pump some iron or something.
The discipline is like the most fascinating thing to me, is because like, you know, like, I'm definitely overweight. Like, I've definitely been in shape. Like, I've definitely grew up playing football. So like, I've seen it all. Like, I know what it is. I know that like, I don't have bad genetics to the point where like, if I went and lifted hard for like months, 2 months, I will literally look completely different. But it's all a mental thing. And like, you talk like I always talk about, like, you know, like, people are weak-minded, whether it be about this, whether it be about that. But it's like, I'm super weak-minded, because like, whether it be like Like I quit smoking cigarettes like 4 years ago. My buddy is trying to quit and he's like, it's just fucking hard to quit. And I'm just like, bro, it's hard to quit, but like you just gotta like, you know, not do it. And then he could say the same thing to me, like, yeah, it's easy for you to quit smoking, but he is a freak at the gym. Like he's the dude that I always lifted with. He is the same way with lifting as I am with smoking. He's like, just go. But it's my mental. I'm weak in the mind because of that. Because like, you know,
well, I'd say the gym and smoking squares are two different things. Sometimes you got to find time in your life.
Yeah, well, that's,
right now I'm so blessed. I can't thank the universe enough for my schedule's pretty much open. If anybody's listening,
that's
wants
good.
to hang out or kick it,
very wanted to
I'm
hang
not doing
out.
much.
So you got into all this fitness. What year? Like how old were you?
I just let me think about that. I started after I was 30. I started when I turned 31 was my goal. Like I guess I started in right after I turned 30, a few months after. I was
And how old are you now?
I just turned 34 in March.
Oh, okay.
I started my journey, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago this month. It was I just remember I was going through all this shit. I was taking my dad to dialysis, and I already started eating better because I was taking care of him, and they put him on a strict all-protein diet.
Yeah.
That motherfucking diet it wasn't even a diet. I just started playing doctor in my head. I'm like, they're like, he needs all the protein he could fucking get.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, all right. And I'm like, that's easy. We're going to eat steaks and motherfucking... We ate like kings, man. It was dope. It was dope. We were like the sickest odd couple.
So you're just cooking your dad mean-ass meals.
Cooking him the meanest meals every day.
That's dope.
This boy's eating like he's eating like a king. I'm sitting there, I'm eating too, but I'm eating all the vegetables and shit on top of it. Like, I'm eating my chicken plain. I'm eating my steaks plain. But... it was just, I just looked at that. I'm like, this dude's in a bad place. He's in the fucking hospital. We're here every other day.
Yeah.
And when he's not in dialysis, it's like, his last run, I want to say he spent, I know he spent more time in the hospital that last year than he did outside of it. Which was crazy.
Up.
He started to get like institutionalized.
Really?
Where he would come home and shit, and he would just be like, helpless type shit, and it would be like, yo, like, I'm not gonna wipe your ass and shit like these nurses would.
Yeah.
Like, get your shit together. Like,
that's a good point though. Like if you're in the that's a good point.
But that was like, to me, that was the main motivator. I can't right now. I mean, circumstances can happen. Anybody can have a stroke.
Yeah.
Anybody could be in a bad car accident. People
get cancer,
neglect
whatever.
that shit. Yeah, it could strike you down, but most of the time, people strike themselves down with just poor diet and just
100%, dude. Like
and squares, boys. The squares are the silent killer.
It is seriously insane.
It's not the
me.
silent killer; it's the smelly killer.
Yeah, dude. People like I smoked cigarettes for 7 years. Okay, I started smoking. I remember the day I went there. I fucking turned. I was like 17. I went and I bought some Camel number 9s just because the pack was like it was like a mint green. I was like, that looks dope. I'm old enough. I'm going to fucking start smoking. So I started smoking cigarettes, and like, it was just dumb. But for 7 years, I was all about it. And then like at the end, I just got like tired of it. Like,
it's funny you said, would you say number 9s?
Camel number 9s.
When I was 15 years old, I thought, like I said, I hung out with the jocks. I hung out with the fucking emos.
Yeah.
Instead, I would go to football games on Friday nights and shit, and I would smoke motherfucking Camel menthol jades is what they were called. I don't even know if they make these.
I've never heard that.
My brother, that's still squares off my older brother. I'd still, man, I'd fucking do him dirty. I would take him for 2 in the morning, and then I'd take him for 2 at night. And
you took a quarter of his cigarette.
This is when packs of squares were literally. When I smoked squares, Newports were $1.88 a pack next to George Washington.
You know how much they are right now?
I'd assume they're a dime bag. Easily.
8. I think they're like $8.60.
Get high, it's cheaper, kids.
But like
smoking squares.
$8.60 for a pack of cigarettes, and you're literally just paying to fucking kill yourself. And like that's how it kind of like how you were talking about like losing weight and shit like that. That's what happened with me with cigarettes. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Because like, you know, I used to buy cigarettes before I would buy like, food and shit.
I used to go to when I worked for public. I remember I worked 3 jobs one summer. I worked for McKeesport Public Works, Donut Connection, and Save a Lot.
You worked at Donut Connection?
Oh yeah, the Martinos founded Donut Connection.
Man,
Donut Connection is
still the best donuts ever.
Shout out to Donut Connection and Shelly. She's revamping this motherfucker.
The same one.
Same one. I don't know what's about. I'm hoping. I got my fingers crossed that she's on some Duck Donut type shit up in that motherfucker.
Wow.
Or just bring back that Donut Connection coffee.
That Donut Connection had the best donut. That's honestly where my obesity came from.
I worked at Donut Connection when I was 16.
What did you do?
It was the wackest job in history. When I think about it now, it's so ridiculous. One, they paid me at the time, and I don't know what minimum wage is right now, but at the time it was $5.15 an hour. So just think about that.
I think it's like 7 something now.
I would work 4-hour shifts there, and every Thursday I had to bring up their fucking bags of flour, sugar, and just goofy ass brown bags.
Yeah, just do the grunt work.
Grunt work. I would sit down there for like, I would start at 6 and I'd sit there till like, I'd start at 6 and be done at 10. I'd sit there till like 9 and just eat donuts and drink Mountain Dew.
I know, right?
And then I'd be like, all right, I got to bring all these fucking bags. There'd be like 50-pound bags. I'd just run them up all these fucking steps up the back door, and I'd rotate the stock and shit.
Yep.
They never put me in the front, though. I always had to do stock.
That's fucked up.
Because I'm pretty sure it was like some child labor shit. I'm pretty sure what we were doing was kind of like sketchy.
How old were you said? 16?
I think I was 16 years old. I would pave roads for McKeesport Public Works during the daytime as summer help. And then
go work there 6 to 10.
My first job was with not Aldi, Save a Lot, up in Olympia Shopping Center.
How was that?
Oh, that was kind of a dope job. I set the precedent up there.
I never worked at a grocery store, so I didn't get that experience of being like a bag boy or a stock boy.
It would make a worthy reality show if you get the right people on it.
Yeah.
It was funny. Up there was you just I don't want to disrespect anybody in like the industry or whatever, but you had your typical like your stock boy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And they had all women cashiers up there.
Oh yeah.
And
sexist.
they hired me as a stock boy. I got up in there. The one dude I took, I'm a fucking kid. I'm not busting my back for fucking Save a Lot. I guess he went around me and bitched to the manager and said something about me being lazy. So these and an unheard of move through Save a Lot history, they moved me to the register. I was the first man to be a cashier for
Holy shit, you were the front runner of the fucking.
Now if you go up there, I bet you there's all types of fucking pimple faced
hooligans up there.
Like bringing boys up. And that couldn't have been the easiest job. Like you don't bag shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming in there with food stamps. I ain't got to open the register. Swipe your card. Get the fuck out of here.
Who even
you'd be surprised that fucker was.
I mean, like I went
business up in there.
I would go to Save a Lot, but like
people wanted the Cocoa Krispies, not the Cocoa Puffs.
I guess Aldi and shit wasn't back then. Around back then.
Aldi's is completely different. I trust Aldi's. I fuck with Aldi's heavy.
I go there all the time. They got a lot
of healthy alternatives. You go to Save a Lot, they just got pork and beans from
there's a Save a Lot right over here. I'll go fuck with the produce sometime because like their produce is on point sometimes. It's the one right next to me. But listen, I had to put a pin on this donut thing because the donut is what I'm curious about because that's where my obesity came from because my father, we would go work all the time. My dad would go build a house with like my uncle that lives up Seven Springs. So every morning we would leave early as fuck and he would drive me up there and drop me off at my aunt's house. I would hang out with my cousins, but on the way up there, he would get me a dozen Munchkin donut holes with 2 chocolate milks. And dude, dumb, just
probably
ridiculous.
Oh,
you already know it was Turner's milk, but I would eat that like every morning. And like my dad would always be like, he was a stay-at-home dad, so like he was like. We were buddies. Like my brother would be at school, I'd be young. We would go to McDonald's and shit. And it's like it's not his fault that I'm a fat idiot right now. But like he is just like it was easy back then. It was easy to eat terribly. Like right now, there's not as much.
There's not enough studies going out saying, hey, don't give your fucking kids McDonald's.
Yep.
Before it was, Bill Burr nailed McDonald's on the head. The way he looks at it, it's poison.
It is.
as a kid, we drive by it like, I want a Happy Meal. I want a Happy Meal.
They give you a toy and
you
shit.
get the fucking Happy Meal, and then clunk, you're sleeping before you even get home. You're sleeping in the back seat of the car. Parents are geeked. You shut up.
I know,
they're
right?
cool. Like he said, they're adults. They can handle it. Our little bodies couldn't handle it.
That's true.
We'd eat our little double cheeseburger.
Bro,
We'd run a lap around the Grimace and pass out.
So did you make donuts at Donut Connection
No, I
ever?
didn't cook or nothing.
Never.
I was allowed to serve boys donuts, but I wasn't.
They made fresh donuts though all the time?
They made them every morning, or they started late night at night. Jim the Drunk.
Those,
Shout out Jim the Drunk.
those were their donuts were the best. So after you started getting healthy and shit like that, what was like what was your way to like keep your shit motivated? Like just seeing, like, I mean, you had a good motivator in front of you. It's like everyone that you dealt with and shit.
Well, I was at a random doctor's appointment one day. I was I don't even know how long I was like not serious about it, but I was like I bought a weight bench like 10 years ago and had it. I had the dopest weight bench in my basement. It sat and collected dust like Al Bundy for years. I would dabble in it. I'd go down, pump some curls out here and there.
Yeah.
But it sat there for years, and I just was like, all right, something got to change. Couple years ago, after these appointments, I'm like, I can't just live like this. Like, I'm gonna end up having a massive heart attack, or even worse, I'm gonna be 50 years old in this position where motherfucking doctor got to see me every couple days.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to rely on like my seeds to take me to the fucking doctor.
Yeah, for sure.
And that shit, that scares the hell out of me just thinking about that. Like,
Yeah.
Like, man, no one thinks about like getting old, but we're it's there.
Oh yeah, it's
We're all
definitely
gonna get old.
terrifying. Like I think about it a lot for sure, especially like getting married and shit now. Like I remember I was watching a video on YouTube. It was this old ass guy singing to his wife that was on hospice care.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen that.
I seriously was just, it was the first time like my wife ever seen me like lose it, and I
makes
straight
you
up
think like one day
I straight up lost it.
everybody life is all about circumstances. It's 90% circumstance and 10% how you react to it, basically.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's gonna fucking punch you in your balls here and there.
Oh my god.
Someone, I know what you mean, to think about that, like to think about losing somebody in the future, even though it might be fucking 80 years from now.
Yeah,
like,
it's just fucked up
the
because
thought
like
will fuck you up right now.
you like attaching yourself to a loved one, like a friend, your wife, even like your fucking mom, anything. It's just like you attaching yourself to them is like, like you're fucking like, it's not easy to do that because like that's just another person.
It is. It's weird. I've recently lost everybody that I would consider that I loved.
Yeah.
When my dad died, I broke up with this girl I was seeing for a minute.
Yeah.
Like I haven't even been in a relationship in like 2 years. I really don't even give a fuck about shit like that.
Yeah.
Like I mean I do miss like the love and shit, but like I don't know, it's weird. I like detached myself from that.
Yeah, desensitize yourself to like feelings almost.
It's like, man, I don't want to fucking go through this shit again where my heart's broken.
For sure.
But that's the tragedy that turns a psycho like me into what I am. Like, fucking pain in my heart from watching my dad slowly wither away got me running track every morning.
Yeah.
And how you were saying, like, what would motivate me to keep me going
is that shit.
I went to a random doctor's appointment with him after I'd done started pumping some iron in my base. Well, I really didn't even pump the iron. I was doing the elliptical every day.
Yeah.
I would jump on the elliptical, and to stay motivated, I have the funniest motivation.
You got them cardboard cutouts.
Give it a try. Oh, them cardboard cutouts that's minuscule. I would sit there and watch YouTube documentaries about World War II.
Oh, really?
And I would think to myself, man, if you got drafted right now, I wouldn't make it 8 hours off. I'd land. I'd smack the beach real quick.
Yep.
Fucking German cut me right down or take me hostage. Like,
yep.
I wouldn't have survived it. And I used to think that, like,
that's a good way to think about it.
I'm on here for an hour. I would do it for an hour. Whether not like an hour straight, not from like 6 to 7. I'd start at 6. I'd start moving. Say I had to stop and get my breath. I'd turn the timer off.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'd be like, all right.
Just always put it in an hour, though.
At first, it would take me like 2-3 hours to get that motherfucker going on elliptical. But I'd say like 3-4 weeks went by. I was at a random doctor's appointment. I stepped on the scale and it clocked in at 280. And I was like, yo, there's something wrong with this shit. Like, I was just breaking scales. And I was like, I really ain't been at it too much. I was eating way cleaner. I was eating a lot of fucking spinach like Popeye. I swear by spinach. If I ever get a sponsor in life, it needs to be Deer Park Water, motherfucking Giant Eagle organic baby spinach, that Market District organic baby spinach.
That's the shit.
I spend stacks a year on it to stay healthy. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, it's like, I don't know. I'm buying dime bags of it every morning, basically. Yeah. And I'm consuming it. But that played a major role in my health there.
Yeah, just eating clean and
eating clean.
And just like not being a fucking asshole where you're, like some days I'll just be like an idiot where I'll come home and, like, I'll be rolling past Brewster's and I'll be like, fuck, that mudslide shit is going to be fire. And I'll stop and I'll grab it. I'll come home, I'll eat a bowl of it, and then I'll immediately be like, I'm a fucking idiot because it ain't even that good. It's good for that minute. Like Tom Segura talked about.
It is. It's good for 30 seconds until it satisfies something in
your
your
mental.
brain.
That's all it is. It's your mental.
Just like fucking sex. But like think about just cavemen and shit.
Yeah.
The prime objective was to get a nut.
Yeah.
Once you get your nut, you're back to normal.
Yeah, and a kill.
As crazy as that sounds to any females or males listening to this, they're probably like, what? Like, who the fuck is this yoga dude? I'll never in my life go to one of his yoga classes.
Yeah, right. I think that the people that listen to this think that like you're a realist.
That's what it is, though. It's
testosterone.
Women are the same way. We're all the same way. We're put on this planet to procreate. Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah.
And once you do it, like, I seen this documentary. It was weird as fuck. It was about primitive man and how things like woolly mammoths and whatnot would kill everybody.
Yeah.
So it goes with like trimesters. Like when I base my relationships off this shit to this day. If you make it past, like, say you start dating a girl or whatever, you make it past like 3 or 4 months or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're not completely fed up with each other.
Yeah.
You're on the right path. Like, you might have something solid there. But if you're at like 3 or 4 months and it's like rocky still,
100%,
not making it.
That's literally what I've said to people.
As humans, we're designed. We see each other. We got the little attraction. It's in the back of our DNA. I don't know if it's DNA. Some scientists is probably like this dipshit, but it's in our fucking. It's in our genetic code. Like, this is what we do. We procreate and create life. It's in our genetics to, man, I see her, want to get with her, after 3 or 4 months, she should be fucking knocked up already. And I should be moved on to the next broad and putting a seed in her.
Yeah.
This is like, man, I can't remember what BBC documentary this shit was, but it was funny.
I mean, like, if you listen to Aubrey Marcus, he talks about it all the time, like how, like,
but it like explains why we're like savages.
That's what he says. He talks about like how like you're not like humans were not made to be.
We're not made to sit still.
Yeah, that's what he said.
We're not made to.
Him and his wife have been together for a minute, and they have an open relationship.
I was gonna say
It's different. I'm not into that.
I'm not into that either. I would never want.
It makes sense,
want someone plowing my old lady, but like
it makes sense though.
But I can understand how it is. Like I said, we're genetically designed. Like through years and years and years of life on this planet, that's how it works.
Because this all just happened in the past 100 years. This has been ingrained.
This has been going on for. No one knows how old this goddamn planet is.
You know what I mean?
There ain't no. It ain't no 2,000 years old like some religious people would say, and it ain't no scientific 4,000 years old.
No.
This motherfucker been around for a
minute. A minute, for sure.
I've seen trees that are 4,000 years old, I swear.
Yeah, but like you were saying about the whole like fucking storm on the beach at Normandy and shit, and then just getting cut down.
I looked at it like I would never survive it. I need to get lighter. I would think about getting lighter on my feet always. And
people were trying on my glasses this weekend, and my eyes are so bad that people were like, what the fuck? And if like it was an apocalypse and my glasses were gone, I would just be fucked.
If the apocalypse happened right now, like boys like John Cena would be the first people to die.
Yep.
There'd be no
move.
protein for him, and
he just couldn't
wither away. And,
yeah. And that's whenever he'd be like that would fuck up his mental and shit like that. Once he stopped seeing that like last that striation in his.
The apocalypse is real, and we could very well see Not the end of humankind, but we could see
some crazy shit.
another 9/11 thing that alters the way we are right now. Something stupid as fuck could happen. Like Yellowstone National Park could fucking pop tomorrow.
Yeah, we could all die.
It might not kill us, but it's going to change our way of life drastically. Like now, what do you do for work? I work at the fucking smog mill.
Yeah,
and we clean the smog out the air.
Yeah, because we
pay the smog tax.
That geyser's already overdue to explode, and like I think people don't even understand what that is.
Think about the infrastructure of Pittsburgh. If we, Lord forbid, we have a bullshit random natural disaster like a real earthquake.
Yeah.
Say we lose access to 2 of those tunnels. Fucking ball game out here. We're going to turn in the Mad Max in like 48 hours. 51 is going to be Mad Max.
Yeah,
it's going to be like if you ever watch The Walking Dead, people are going to abandon their cars and go into the woods and start killing each other.
Yeah.
If you can't get off this island of Pittsburgh,
that's exactly it, dude. People are going to be losing their mind. That's why you just need to steal a boat and be gone. That's still probably one of the...
Well, the boats, you got the locks and dams. There's
that's a
no
good point, too.
out here, man.
Yeah, that's a good point,
Bruce
too.
Willis proved one thing in striking distance. You can't...
We were on Deep Creek on a pontoon, and we saw a bunch of cops going by.
You can't just Lewis and Clark that motherfucker to Florida.
I know, dude. That's what I said. I was like, that's Bruce Willis right there.
You could, but we're not talking... we're not talking... Just you're stopping and going at a lot of places.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't just smoothly sell I just felt like selling
right
north or south.
There's no way anymore.
Back to where we were like Normandy and shit. Though.
Yeah,
I would watch videos about World War II documentaries and shit. Like those motherfuckers, our grandfathers, great grandfathers, whatever generations listening to this
fucking
shit,
gangsters.
Fucking gangsters.
Yeah, dude, for real.
Gangsters.
Like back before they had any of the technology or anything like that. It's just like if you think about like now we have like fucking AR-15s with like fucking infrared scopes and shit.
Think about anybody you've ever encountered over like the age of 80 right now.
My great
G's.
My great
They're fucking G's.
Wait, was that my grandmother? That was my that was my great grandmother. She was still alive whenever I was like 17. So like I was able to talk to her and like talk to her about how it was like growing up before you even have a phone, and now she sees like FaceTime and shit. Like that's insane.
My dad didn't even know what the internet was. The concept
How old
of
was
the
he?
internet. My dad, he would have been 84 in April.
Okay.
He had me when he was 50 off a second
okay.
marriage. True G himself.
Yeah.
He was born in what? 1934. So he was around for the Depression. He sick. Like those people seen real shit. Our struggles. My struggle is Comcast. Like my hardest part of the day is bullshit like Comcast.
Yeah, paying your $400 bill.
I wake up in the morning and I'm like, what do I got to do today? And I'm like, what am I going to eat later? Like those are the hard parts of my life. Like I don't know.
Back whenever our parents were fucking like slaving away at the mill and shit. I'm
thinking, what am I going to eat for dinner? They're like, how are we going to eat for dinner? How the fuck are we going to eat dinner tonight?
That is crazy.
I'm like, what am I going to eat?
So like, I mean, like you get
steak?
Like that's fucking wild to think about.
They're eating shoes, boiling shoe leather and shit, feeding 7.
That's how like just like using all the parts of the animal, eating bone marrow and shit because they got to boil a fucking bone because there ain't nothing else to eat. Like that's crazy to think about. Like if you think about like some of like the the higher end meals around here nowadays that people are just getting on now, like shrimp is a fucking they eat shit.
Shrimp is the it's not the cockroach, is it?
It's like mice
the
or some
lobster
shit.
Is the cockroach of the ocean.
Shrimp is like flies or some shit of the ocean.
Lobster to me is like fear factor. Shrimp to me is sketchy. When I eat shrimp, it's at full disclosure, when I eat shrimp, it's a fucking wet fart away from a bad night.
A wet fart away?
You could tell it's not like it's garbage.
Yeah, because if you go somewhere,
animal.
If you go to a port city or something like that, no, I mean not all seafood.
If you get like a real
sounds like a softball.
I don't even know what the difference is. I look at the funny shit. I just make sure they don't come from Japan. That's all I look at on the labels. When I get a giant eagle, I'll be like, "Where's the seafood from?" If they say North Atlantic, I'll be like, "All right, cool." You know.
I feel like
I think I know where it's at.
I feel like I would. I feel like I had some like the Fountain of Youth when after I ate some spicy tuna, some good spicy tuna. You just feel nice and clean.
Well, I will say that when I eat sushi, though, I crave sweets right after. It's weird.
Really? What's your
eat
sweet?
Sushi, my sweet of choice. I don't really fuck with sugar too much, but my favorite sweet of a fat child was Oreos. And
my favorite sweet of a fat child
was Oreos. And I'm cake. I'm a big cake person.
Yeah.
I only eat sugar. I designate one day a year
your birthday
for cake, and it's birthday. And I try to go hard on that. I'm making a tradition of that from here on out. That
you just eat a whole cake.
Not eat a whole cake, but it's gonna get better and better every year.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what it looks like. I mean, I want someone to pimp it out. I tried to get a pimp birthday cake and it turned out disastrous. It turned into like the greatest meme. I asked this broad to make me a cake. It was supposed to be like 5 45-pound plates for lifting.
Oh, really?
I was like, make me this cake, put like 45. I was like, put 34 on it because it's my birthday.
Yeah.
Man, I'll show you pictures when we're done with this.
Yeah.
You're going to be so weak. It's like the best meme. It's like this versus the guy she told you not to worry about. Like, this cake was terrible. I didn't even post it on Instagram. Like, the whole point of that cake was like, I'm going to get
Would you tell
I
a girl?
ordered 2 cakes off this bitch because she was like, I don't know how it's going to turn out. She was like, it might be, she started talking about like clay. I don't know how cakes are made, but,
Fondant.
Fondant, yes,
Yeah.
fondant. I'm like, what is fondant?
He said
And
clay.
she tried to explain it to me, and I was like, that sounds a lot.
Chocolate clay.
I was like, that sounds a lot like clay. I was like, that shit's edible. She's like, yeah, it's real sugary, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, huh. I was like, well, you might as well put 2 orders in. I was like, make me an all Oreo cake, which is what I put a picture of that shit on the internet. I was like, make me an Oreo cake.
Yeah.
And make me this weight cake. She called me the day before my birthday, like, the cake's ready. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll come pick it up. She called me right back. She's like, you know what? I'm going to try this again. Give me like, another 2 hours or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, just remember my birthday's tomorrow. Just have it done by tomorrow. She showed up with this cake. I was like, I ain't want to be like
rude.
I did not want to be rude, but it was like a Larry David moment where she's like, how's it look? And I was just like, it's all right, you know?
Yeah.
But I was
not
like,
bad, not
when
bad.
I walked away, I was like, she didn't whack me at all. I was like, what do I owe you? Before I even looked at it, I was like, what do I even owe you? Because I'm going into this thinking like,
it's going to be dope.
wedding cake
Yeah.
number. Like, she's going to come fucking hit a private baker trying to get on out here. Like, she ain't had to bake a cake all week. She could have. And she's pumping it. Like, you're pumping a bakery.
Yep.
Should have went to Patty's. Shout out to Patty's. Patty's
Shoulda
best
went to
birthday
Patty's.
cake ever. Or Minerva's. I ain't been to Minerva's in a year.
Minerva's.
Years. But Patty's is, that's my shit.
Man, a cake. I do enjoy cake. If I have to choose sweets, like, I mean, I love donuts. I love all the sweets, really, and I know that sugar is like the worst thing in the world for you. And now that like you hear what Rogan and all them talking about, like they talk about how bad sugar is for you.
Did you happen to? You probably definitely tuned into that.
I don't listen to a lot of his anymore.
Damn, Kevin Smith.
Oh no, but I heard that dude.
Ooh.
I heard that boy just eats potatoes all day.
Kevin Smith laid some fucking knowledge on me that got me shook up.
About what?
About plaque and whatnot. And as you were saying, like when you were talking earlier about like donuts for breakfast and shit.
Yeah.
It's not just like it was more of a product of convenience and price at the time. We grew up when a bag of chips was fucking 25 cents.
Yeah.
You could go to goddamn I lived on Soul Street growing up. I would go to JJ's Deli Mart.
Yep.
I'd get a fucking tea for 25 cents and I'd get a bag of chips for 25 cents. There wasn't no fucking sales tax on anything under $1.
Nothing.
And it's fucking kids. It was like the Sandlot. We go play ball next door and
Yep.
shit. And what Kevin Smith was saying, he lost all that weight. Like he lost, I don't know what he lost, but he's down like half what he used to be.
He lost an insane amount of weight in like 3 months.
He lost it really quick, really quick. But he recently had a really massive heart attack.
A widowmaker.
Yeah, the widowmaker. He survived it. He survived
90-some% of people died from this.
My mom didn't survive that one.
That's what it was.
He survived that motherfucker.
That's crazy.
But he survived that shit, and he was talking about how chips were accessible, and once you get plaque in your system, it don't matter if you lose 100, 200 pounds. It's there for life. When they used to pump the commercials in the 80s about brushing your teeth. Like, brush your teeth. Plaque is the number one cause of fucking heart disease.
Gingivitis and heart disease.
It's real. Like, it's a real study. Like, you swallow that plaque and shit. Once it's in your bloodstream, it never disappears. It could turn into a blood clot if it clogs. It could clog your arteries. Like, it's there. And like, say you have a heart attack or whatever. I guess they go in you and open your arteries up, put a stent in or whatever.
Yeah.
And push through the plaque or whatever.
Yeah.
Once it's pushed through, for the rest of your life, you got to take, I guess it's like Lipitor, blood thinners. You got to take random medications forever to keep them clots from reclotting, because they're just floating around your bloodstream forever.
Yeah.
I think about that now. I was like, man, I lost 100 pounds. But like, am I really like, I can't beat that. I didn't beat the heart attack. I'm still, if anything, I'm super in the danger zone. The amount of bacon I ate in the early 2000s was just like, it was disgusting. Like, I should be on like ISIS watch list.
Do you still fuck with bacon?
Turkey bacon. And
turkey bacon?
No pork, man.
You don't eat any pork at all?
No pork.
None.
There was a time when I was like, hardcore into dieting, where I wouldn't say I was vegan. I wouldn't say I was vegetarian either, because like I guess maybe you call it vegetarian. I didn't eat red meat, and I didn't eat pork at all. Pork, what's funny is I ain't even watched the whole documentary. I watched 5 minutes of this pork documentary.
It got already fucked up.
And I was like, ball game. I'm like, ball fucking game. I don't want no goddamn brain worm. I don't want no fucking parasite. It's a fucking pig. They're smarter than dogs. They're smart. I don't know. They're probably smarter than dolphins. No one could really IQ these fucking animals. But like, pigs are cool. And just the 5 minutes into the documentary, they talked about how these pigs are bred in their own. They eat their own.
Yeah, they eat their own shit, vomit.
They're not a disgusting animal. Our farm industry is disgusting.
Yeah, that's what we give them to be able to like. That it's like you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Just fucking fatten them up with corn. Oh, he ate his puke. Who gives a fuck? Fatten them up.
Yeah, you know what it is.
That bacon's what, $4.99 a pound or whatever.
I know, that's insane.
And we need more motherfuckers with clogged arteries.
Yep.
Filling UPMC up. We need an 80% occupancy.
Yeah, it's all
rate
just a big
UPMC.
circle.
It's the sickest circle of life.
Really crazy.
Of like,
did you listen to Rogan? How he was talking about how back in the day, like the sugar companies were paying to have their
Count Chocula and shit.
Yeah, they were paying so they weren't in like the public eye.
When I think about
they were blaming it on for people that are listening, they were blaming being fat on like fats and everything like that. And fats aren't even like really what was bad. It's like the sugar, and the fake sugar is what is like destroying all of our bodies. Like the fucking Twinkies and the Hostess and all that shit, all the pop and everything.
Chips.
That's destroying our body. But like, you can have an all fat diet. Like an avocado is fat as fuck, but they're good for you. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm not even going to gas it up like I know all about it or that I follow all this shit.
I never
like
studied up on nutrition, but I just understand that like, you are what you eat. If you eat
fuel. If you put bad fuel in you,
eat fuel, you got energy.
Yeah, if you put good fuel, that's my old football coach Pete Rostowski. This dude was a fucking nut. Got shot in the head. Used to play for the Steelers.
All football coaches are fucking crazy,
bro. This guy, I swear to God,
you fuckface.
We were at Jamonville Christian Academy for football camp. All right, and like our bedtime was 9:30. You had to be in your bunk. Lights out. All right, you couldn't even have headphones on. I swear to God, God strike me dead if this is not true. I was laying there in my bed probably like 10:15 listening to my fucking MP3 player, and I opened my eyes and it was straight up like something out of Platoon, like something out of Predator. I just see two eyes and he had war paint on his face. Swear to God, didn't sleep the rest of the night.
Bro.
Then we hear
kids.
banging, and this motherfucker at like 2 a.m. is just out in the garage going nah doing deadlifts in the garage. He was a nut, but like those are the people that you respect more nowadays that you're like older.
I'll drop some funny names here. When I played ball, I came up with the likes of Cecil Howard. Shout out to Cecil Howard. If anybody remembers Cecil Howard, he was a fucking powerhouse in high school. Unstoppable.
I don't remember. What position?
Quarterback.
Oh, I do remember him.
Quarterback. He came out the same year. I don't even want to put him down or nothing.
Yeah.
Big up to Cecil Howard, man. He was the fucking man. He came out with Stevie Breaston and shit.
Okay.
Like Woodland Hills had our number my whole high school career. Woodland Hills had our number. But it was the motherfucking Stevie Breaston. And you see where that cocksucker landed.
Yeah.
Like, he's not even a cocksucker, but fuck him there.
Yeah.
For all that times Woodland Hills beat McKeesport.
Yeah, that was definitely the rival for sure.
Nights up.
My senior year of football, you didn't play football in high school?
No. I ended up fell in love with smoking pot and shit when I was like
in
15,
high school.
And I was like, fuck ninth grade football. Walked away from that shit.
Yeah.
I should have played though when I think about it, but
nah, football was the worst thing.
Yeah, it was weird. I'm so independent that like I respected George Smith as my gym teacher, but like like
I remember a story. He had boys running around the gym with 45-pound plates over his head.
Nah, I would come in late. He'd be like, "You owe me 20 push-ups," and I'd be like, "Okay." And then I'd just be like, "All right," did them, and I didn't do them. Like, fuck out of here, doing 20 push-ups.
Yeah, dude,
fuck out of here. Lucky I came in here.
He's definitely like a legendary dude, though.
Oh, he's the man. I look up to George Smith for sure, but I never balled under him though.
Yeah,
never balled under him.
McKeesport, man, it was
legendary.
Is their football team is still nasty? Khalid Hudson.
Well, I haven't been to a football game.
I just follow the social media. Like I'm friends with like Mike Wilson and shit on there and everything, and he always is posting of all like them young boys that are just out there like killing it. Yeah, chill guy. He's out there killing it. He posted that Khalid Hudson, and Khalid Hudson was in Michigan.
Yeah, he went to Michigan,
and he's just fucking killing it. And that dude is a monster.
One thing I'll say is I had a giant disadvantage as a kid being like an athlete. Like my dad was an amateur boxer and he took a jab to the eye and he was legally blind.
Oh, really?
So like there wasn't no
Jesus.
There wasn't no son fucking we're gonna go practice football type shit. It was just like
you were on some Morgan Freeman $1 million baby
this
shit.
motherfucker's worrying about surviving and shit. He ain't worrying about teaching me how to fucking hit a baseball or nothing.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I lacked in my life. Like if I had that, I'd have definitely like when he was like, "You playing high school football?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "All right, cool. I don't give a fuck."
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I was a fuck up in high school. I wish, not that it really matters, but I wish I took it a little bit more serious.
Yeah. I mean, I talk about it on every podcast.
Like I fucking took French class for 3 years like a dipshit. And if I went to Canada, like I'd be cool. But like if I went to France, I don't even remember the spots. Like if I was in Paris, like
you wouldn't.
You might communicate with me, but
4 years
Je m'appelle
I took
Ralph. That's it.
Je m'appelle Ralph.
Fuck out of here! I took 3 years of that.
Yeah, and you just forget shit. I mean, I literally took your typical 12 years of school, and I still don't even know shit.
Take a fucking trade. I'm out here. Man, I can't even do the simplest shit. I have boys come in.
That's all right, though.
Come in and do shit. But it's done right. At least it's done right.
Yeah, you got to get it done right. So after you're moving on to all this like hell shit, you're dropping all this weight. I'm curious to know, like how much weight did you lose before you like are feeling like unreal? Like,
well, I was as I was saying, like what kept me motivated was I walked into that doctor's office. I jumped on the scale. It was like 275. And I was like, holy shit, like, I dabbled in this shit all the time. They'd be like, I'm going to go hard. I'd go fucking to the track 3 days in a row. And then I'd be like, all right, it'd be done. That was it. And I dabbled with it, and I was like, all right, there's a real result right there.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, keep it moving. Keep fucking eating. Next thing you know, the weight really was flying off. It was like, I had no clue it was going to happen. If I had any idea this was going to happen, I'd be a motherfucking CT Fletcher out here because it was just like I couldn't lose.
If you do it, you're going to have the result.
Every morning I jumped on the fucking scale. It would be like down 2 pounds, down 2 pounds, down 2 pounds.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where next thing you know, I'm like 220. I'm like, damn, I'm down 80 fucking pounds. It's been like 6 months. And I'm like, I'm going to set a goal. I was like 2 months out from, I was averaging a pound or two a week at that point. Like I reached a little pinnacle when I got down to like 230. I'm like, all right, this shit doesn't melt off no more. Like, I'm out here working.
Yeah.
That's when I started pumping iron real sick. I met, shout out to Shelby Harris for sure, because I was doing home workouts, like whole body workouts, basically. I ain't know shit about lifting. I would go on YouTube. I'd watch fucking videos. I'd be like, oh, yeah, throw that in there. I had the weight bench. I never, ever lifted legs. I neglected legs. I'm a big leg fan now.
Oh, yeah, you
legs
like it?
Are no one likes legs.
Legs feed the wolf.
I mean, I like legs. I do like
You
legs.
like it because you got over that boundary.
No, I don't. It's every time. It's hard.
Your mental boundary.
It's so fucking hard to get me into the gym for legs, but god damn it, man, it's your foundation. It's half your body.
Yeah.
Fuck, don't take shit to pump your arms
That's
up.
a good point. It is. It's
but
half your
legs
body.
are half your fucking body, and
you can't move unless you have legs.
Gravity.
Yeah,
Who the
gravity.
fuck's tougher than gravity? LeBron James is the only one I know that can fuck with gravity a little bit. Like, and he ain't Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the only one I know beating gravity. Who beats gravity? Who the fuck can really jump up and stay up? Nobody.
Yeah.
Imagine, man, I would love to see like NASA surveys on shit. Like, I know a bunch of boys that are hardcore gym heads, and I'd be like, yo, you need to stretch. You need to hit yoga up with me here and there. And they're like, nah, bro, fuck that. I do some stretching. And I'm like, no, you don't do no stretching.
That's where I'm trying to go with this. Like, I mean, we talk about lifting and shit like that, but I want to know, like you are like, you're the most realistic type of person. Like, you're not like one of them, like, you're not like a vegan hippie that's like, rubbing crystals all over your fucking pits or whatever. Like,
I'm the worst when it comes to the actual knowledge of the shit.
Doesn't
but
matter.
I'm the best to ask about it.
Yeah,
it's like you're not talking to some dude named Earth.
Yeah, you're not
talking to some fucking refined gangster from
exactly.
McKeesport.
So like you're a real person. So like that's why I was curious about it. So you got heavy into yoga. Like, what even got you into this?
I started yoga 3.5 years ago. It was in March. It was right before. I remember it was the day before Easter. I don't remember dates or none of that shit because everything was just on the fly. I was down 100 pounds and shit. I'm in phenomenal shape. I'm just like my mind frame changed so crazy from how I used to live. I used to walk around not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, as crazy as that sounds, I know everybody walks around not giving a fuck, but like I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I had like a chip on my shoulder for no reason. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what you would call it. I was like a degenerate, but I wasn't a degenerate. Like,
yeah.
It's like a random Max Payne goon or some shit.
One of the cronies.
But I would I was walking around, I'm feeling better, and my boy had he moved into this random trap spot on 3rd Street in downtown Irwin. He don't live there no more. But I would go up there and I'd cop some butt off him. And one of the first days, he knew I was into this healthcare shit. And he was like, there's a juice spot down the road from me, like literally like right on his block. He lived on 3rd Street in downtown Irwin. If anybody is listening to this and knows where that is at, it's like Back to the Futureville up in there. They got payphones.
Really?
It's a small fucking everybody knows everybody type town.
Jeez.
But he moved into this corner trap spot, was trapping bud out the attic. And I was up there one day. He's like, man, they got a juice spot about to open up down there. And he knows I'm in the juice. I like to fuck with wheatgrass. Wheatgrass, I feel like, is the fountain of youth out here. And
you were the first reason I tried wheatgrass.
Dude, wheatgrass.
It seriously makes you feel like something different.
It was like the first time I did wheatgrass, it felt like that.
First time you did wheatgrass.
It felt like that. Man, people were probably like, what the fuck is this dude talking about wheatgrass? I was with my boy Blig. He was another factor that helped me lose weight. He would always call me fat.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, man, fuck you. Like, just popped up one day all skinny, like, what's up? And now he calls me slim and shit.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. That's my dude. But he put me on this wheatgrass. He was like, try a shot of this shit. Took a shot of this shit, and it was like that scene from Requiem for a Dream when they bang the dope.
Yeah.
I felt like my eyes opened up, and I felt like I felt like the shot I took, it was like a double shot.
Coursing through your veins.
I felt like it was cooling my veins. I felt like my veins were getting ice cold as it went to my hands and shit. And I just remember I'm like I'm an avid pot smoker. I smoked a little bit of pot right after that, and like it reminded me of drinking like the loudest Colombian roast ever. Like,
Really?
I was on such a upper. Like I'm not a big drug upper fan, but like I guess it was like cocaine. I don't know. I don't know what boys be like on coke, but I drank this wheatgrass and I was hyped the fuck up. Hyped the fuck up, and I remember laughing at him. I'm like, I'm not going to try this shit. No research or nothing.
Yeah.
Later on, I go home, I research it. I'm like, wow, this shit's
so many
fucking
benefits.
Nuts. If we didn't have these receptors that block DMT in our brain,
Yeah.
you drink a shot of that wheatgrass, and we're going to the great beyond for a minute. It's heavy with the DMT. I knew it had something to do with I'd smoke weed afterwards. I'd be like, man, I feel fucking crazy. I'd be like, got the jitters, but I don't got the jitters. But then I got the jitters.
You just buy your own wheatgrass, or
no? I bought it from PGH Juice Company down on.
That's what I mean. You just go buy juice. Like some people will be like cutting the grass themselves, and
well, the thing with cold pressed juices, I was so heavy into cold pressed juices for like a year. I guess I'm the typical white girl out here. I discovered cold pressed juices, and I was like, man. You could just drink like 6 pounds of fucking juice, like green vegetable.
Oh, that sugar,
I kept thinking, like, if I drink, if you drink a shot of wheatgrass, it's the equivalent, I believe it's 3 pounds of green vegetables.
What?
So if you eat, just think like if you ate 3 actual pounds of a fucking green pepper, you'd be like, it would not be cool.
I don't fuck with green
from a fucking
peppers.
shot, like you do a shot. I would drink that shit in my head. I'm beating cancer. In my head, I'm beating cancer. I got cancer beat. Like, oh, you got cancer? All right, yeah, I got something wrong with me. I got to get
IV of wheatgrass.
Couple more shots in me a week.
So you started eating this you started drinking this wheatgrass. I mean, I did. I tried it a few times. I'm like, I'll get it a few times now, and it makes you feel wild.
They say you should only. I guess it pulls the hard toxins, the metals, and they call it a blood transfusion. When you drink it, it's like doing the ghetto blood transfusion.
Yeah.
You drink that shit, it pulls all the bullshit out of you. Like, I don't know how most boys react to it. The first time I had like a cold press shot, I was like, I got to get the fuck home and I got to sit down and take a shit.
Yeah.
I was like, this shit hurt me.
Yeah. Because it's getting rid of all your garbage, right?
I was doing, I don't know. I say it's the fountain of youth just because of the way it makes me feel, but I want to say it stopped the gray hairs that were progressing in my beard.
Oh, yeah?
If you look at my beard, there ain't too many gray hairs in that motherfucker.
I got gray all up in me.
It was all up in me. When I was fat, I was gray as fuck. Now I look like Benjamin Button out here.
Yeah, you do look.
I get carded and shit.
So that's what I'm asking. Like you lost all this weight. Like your knees feel better and shit. Like your back or anything like that. Can you tell a big difference?
Well, I do feel the energy I feel is now I feel like I'm getting up there in age. I might be dabbling with sleep apnea possibly or something.
Yeah,
I've been waking up pretty tired lately, but it could be all this hot yoga, man. It might be fucking me up. I've been doing an extra couple days a week.
I want to know how you got into this. All this. We're running around
back
this
where
fucking
we at.
question.
I'm at this trap spot.
Yeah.
Trap spot in Irwin, 3rd Street, Irwin trap spot. It's a fucking business district, man. It's so funny. There's just all these apartments above.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Man, it's fucking, what do they call it, man? Highland Grove or whatever from Back to the Future.
Yeah, I mean, I
go up in there, there's music's playing out of the PAs and shit.
Really?
It's only like a 2 or 3 block little city down
Mr.
there.
Sandman.
Dude,
yes.
It's fucking funny, man. It's funny. That was my spot. Yoga on the 3rd, that was my fucking spot.
That's what it was called, Yoga on the 3rd.
He's like, my boy's like, yo, there's a juice spot down there. They're going to open up in like a month. He's like, I know you fuck with the wheatgrass. They're going to have all that shit out here. And I'm like, word, I go to the PGH Juice Company. It don't take but 20 minutes to get there. Yeah. But man, it would take me like an hour to get home with Pittsburgh traffic and shit.
I bet.
And then I'd have to butt heads with boys like Mike Latang and what's funny is if anybody who fucks with Pittsburgh Juice Company hears this, they're going to know what I'm talking about.
Wait, who the fuck is Mike Latang?
Someone from the Pittsburgh Penguins found out about wheatgrass.
Chris Latang.
Mike Latang, Chris Latang.
Yeah, no, I was like, am I missing someone?
One of these trainers down there found out about this shit.
And now all of them are on there.
The Pens bought it all out. All winter, I couldn't get a shot of wheatgrass. Now, I guess because the season changed, I guess they're growing it on the roof. I don't know where the fuck because it's just fucking grass. You just cut some grass and
Why don't you get on that?
It's a pain. And you ever juice something at home?
Yeah, you got so much garbage. You got to clean it all.
Sounds like a good idea until you got to do the dishes.
Yeah, it's all fucked up. That's a good point.
Man, fuck
So
this.
Chris Letang and all them were fucking with your wheatgrass.
Fuck with wheatgrass heavy. The Berg found out about wheatgrass. They understand. Like, I don't take supplements or nothing, but I guess it's like the same as taking like a pre-workout.
You don't take any supplements?
I drink a little bit of organic protein after the gym.
That's it.
Nah. My pre-workout is against doctor's orders. I smoke a joint on the way to LA Fitness, and I eat an apple before I walk in that.
And I eat an apple.
And I spend like 2.5 hours there. I get it in. If I didn't smoke weed and did take a pre-workout, I'd probably do it in an hour.
Yeah.
But I'm single right now. I don't got no one nagging me to get home where I'm at. Like,
yeah. You got some time.
I don't got no hot date tonight.
Nothing but time. Nothing but time.
Better myself real quick. Might as well love myself real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
But my boys up at this spot at Irwin, and they're like, "Yo, this yoga spot. I always wanted to try yoga." And I'm like, man, everybody knows. Like, I'm a big wrestling fan. Everybody watched wrestling in the 90s and shit. And remember Jake the Snake Roberts?
Yeah.
Main story, long story short, if anybody's ever seen the E60 documentary about Scott Hall, Google that fucking E60. It's the realest shit ever. And then Google Scott Hall. He's alive and fucking well as I'm speaking right now. He might not be well. He's probably drunk somewhere, but he's goddamn alive. This motherfucker should have been dead.
Really?
He discovered, there's a documentary on Netflix. What the hell was the exact name of it? About Jake the Snake Roberts. What the hell was it called?
There's a documentary about Jake the Snake.
About Jake the Snake Roberts. Everybody knows Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
This motherfucker got into alcohol and shit. Diamond Dallas Page started doing yoga.
DDP yoga.
DDP yoga. He invented his own type of yoga that incorporates man, it's funny. It's like wrestling names for names.
It's just not.
It's a lot of flexing. It's not the meditative yoga. It's more of a fitness yoga. Like,
and you do that?
I don't do that, but
have you done that though?
That's what I bought it and did it one time. I did his 8-minute ab thing, and I'm like, all right, like that's what I do for abs anyway. Like, I don't need the instructional video. And to me, when I started doing yoga, back to where I was, he moved on Irwin Street. I went to the spot. It was called Yoga on the 3rd. It was just a small mom and pop spot, so small. Literally, it would be me and maybe like 3 people.
Yeah.
But I seen this yoga spot, and I'm like, yo, DDP saved Scott Hall's life. Like, and I'm like, I'm into fitness. Like, why
not try it out?
You would catch me at a CrossFit in a heartbeat. You wouldn't see me snatching and grabbing and lifting big weights over my head like a psycho.
Right.
But you would see me jumping rope and battling ropes. And doing
high
all that
intensity
funny
interval
motherfucking
training.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like cool to me. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
And I'm like, yoga, I had no clue what benefits were coming down the way. I had no
People
clue.
frowned upon it just because it was girls doing it the majority
That's
of the
what
time.
I thought. Well, that's what it really was up at this spot, was a bunch of pregnant bitches and me.
Oh, really?
Like, not pregnant bitches, but there'd be like old
women.
ladies. Like
how many other men were
moms,
there?
no disrespect to nobody, but like people's moms and shit would be up there. And
any other guys at all?
Never.
Just you, a reformed gangster from McKeesport?
It's funny as fuck, all tattooed up and shit, like just like And I just remember I seen the sign. I talked to the lady at the juice spot that was next door to it, and I'm like, yo, when you guys open? And she's like, we're gonna open up next month, blah blah blah. I'm like, you gonna have wheatgrass? She's like, yeah, we have the wheatgrass. I'm like, all right, cool. Have a reason to come out here.
Yeah.
And next time I went out there, I'm up there, smoking weed with my boy and shit. He's like, me and my old lady might go try that yoga. First class is free. And I'm like, you know what? Like, yoga.
Fuck it.
I was like, I'm not against yoga, because I was like, I seen that documentary and it literally saved their fucking lives.
Yeah.
Like, Scott Hall went from like, man, you have to see this E60 to see how,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh my God. If you're a wrestling fan, it'll break your goddamn heart.
Yeah.
To see Scott Hall.
Like watching The Wrestler with
Oh my God. Way worse. It was based upon this much of Scott Hall's life. Scott Hall has led the sickest life. He killed a man when he was younger.
What?
Shot him in the head, beat the case. Sick dude. Just watch this E60. It's on YouTube.
Yeah,
Scott
I am
Hall-
going to watch this
Scott Hall E60.
for anyone that's listening.
Man, greatest piece of documentary of
So you did
wrestling I've ever seen. But I was open to yoga, so I was like, I'm like, all right, I checked it out. I took the phone number down. First class was free. I go online, I look, and it's like Saturday morning, slow flow or whatever.
Yeah.
What these people were like, mom and pop. It was like housewife yoga, but not housewife yoga. Diane Beeler was the instructor, she made or broke. It was make or break, like with her. Like most people are like I'm saying, or like, I'm open to this shit. I'll go give it a try.
Yeah.
They might go give it a try and be like, this was some bullshit.
Yeah.
I went up in there. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. First time ever in the history of my yoga, I've done so much fucking yoga. I didn't get high before I went there. I normally. Like now, to me, I smoke weed and go to yoga. It's such a mental release. Like I was nervous. I seen it and I went online. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna schedule this 9 a.m. class. It was like a Thursday. Because I'm like, I'm one of them psychos. Like I'm at this point right now where I'm like, I'm unstoppable. Like I'm not quitting shit. And like the next day, I remember I was lifting arms and I hurt my fucking elbow. And I'm like, oh man, I'm scared of this yoga. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not no coward. Like I'm still going.
Yeah.
I almost didn't go. I was real close to not going. But I was like, man, I signed up online. I was like, I can't pull that bitch shit. They got my address.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm a chump. Look me up on
They got my
Facebook. They'll look me up on Facebook and be like, this motherfucking chump. So I just went up there. I ain't tell the lady my elbow was hurting or nothing.
Yeah.
I was shook. I was like, man, I don't know what yoga is. We're going to be standing on her fucking head. I had no clue what the fuck these boys do. I'm like, man, all right. We're just hugging, not hugging pillows, but like hugging pillows. Like we're just breathing, learning how to breathe. Like she basically, I would call her classes like literally what I'm about to start doing now, which is going to actual school for it, where the instructor is going to teach me to be the actual coach and instructor and how to get these movements to coincide with each other. Like you might not be able to do a hip opener right now,
but in a little bit.
But in 40 minutes, I might get you to do that hip opener.
Yeah.
It's going to be a different story. But I don't know technically. I mean, I do know. I never really paid attention to it. I just go and everybody's different. But I went to Diane's class, first class ever, random 9 a.m. class up at Yoga on the 3rd. And I just was like, man, I hope she don't fucking hurt my elbow more and shit. And we did this yoga. And when it was over, I just was like, well, more importantly, she taught me how to breathe and like posture. It was only like 3 of us. So every time I go up there, it was so dope because it would be like
an intimate class.
So intimate because I never did this shit before. She's literally walking up behind me and positioning my legs and shit. Like, so like I had the advantage of not having to like sit in the back of a 30-person class and just be there for the hour. Like I wasn't just in it there. And I'm a fucking little cut up dude at the time. I'm like 180 pounds and shit. I used to call myself Mr. Puniverse. I never realized how small I was until I seen this picture.
How tall are you?
I'm only 5'10", but gravity I'm probably only really like 5'8" on the inside.
Yeah,
but my shell's like 5'10". Probably got my bone mass down and shit. But I went to this class and she taught me how to breathe, and everybody fucking breathes. If you didn't breathe, you no one would be here. But no one ever breathes. No one stops and is like, I'm just gonna breathe. I'm gonna breathe for this goddamn hour. I'm not gonna say a word. I'm not gonna think about what's stressing me out. Everybody got stress. Life's a cocksucker, man. Everything. There's so much shit that can just fuck your day up.
I agree.
Facebook be fucking day. I quit Facebook because Facebook was literally
depressing.
Fucking my day. It was so depressing.
You get on there and the first thing you see is some dude
feel
shooting
bad.
a
I
kid.
feel bad.
Or
I hear you crying out for help. And ladies of Facebook listening, I hear you. I hear your thirst. I'm sorry you have kids, but I hear your thirst.
Yeah.
Sorry, though. That's why I cancel my shit.
Yeah.
Just getting weirdos in my DM and shit. Keep it gangster with Instagram.
Yeah,
Get a
keep
hold
it
of me
gangster with
on
Instagram.
Instagram. You want to slide in my DM and your butt ugly? Send me a titty. I don't give a fuck. You know? That's cool, but don't send me a little
titty.
wave on Instagram or like a puppy smile. Like,
yeah, just get to the point, right?
Yeah, fucking.
That's
but don't
funny.
even do that though.
Yeah, show
My
some
shit
couth.
PG. Yeah, show some goddamn class. Be more classier than my cat. Be a lady in the streets.
So this first yoga class changed your life,
First
huh?
yoga class changed my fucking life. We were doing what was called the yoga breath. It's called the Ujjayi breath, which anybody listening to this, you might as well pay attention, right? If you were listening to this for this long anyway, you need to pay attention to this shit. It's so simple. What you do is just you take a 5-minute inhale all through your nose. You never open your mouth. You keep your mouth closed. When you open your mouth, it releases your internal heat. Like when you get tired, say you're like running or whatever, that's the first thing we do as humans is just out our mouth or whatever.
Yeah.
It works. It's scientifically proven. It'll help you cool. It lets your internal heat out. But during the yoga, like this shit wasn't heated. It's a small, intimate class. It's if anything, I'm in there in a hoodie and shit. It's like cold.
Yeah.
We're just breathing and shit. We're doing this 5-second inhale. You hold it for a second, then 5-second equal inhale. Hold that for a second. 5-second inhale. You do that shit for fucking 5 minutes. That alone is like, see you later. Like, I don't know what meditation is, but I guess that's what you do when you meditate.
Yeah, like
I've never been instructed on meditation.
All different kinds of weird shit.
That's the closest I'd get. And as this class is progressing, we're doing all this shit. We're doing light stretches. I run. Like I said, I'm an avid runner. I'm a psycho runner. I need sponsored by Asics. I run. I run out here like every morning like a psycho. People always ask me if I'm in the service or if I'm a police officer.
Because you're running?
And I'm like, because I'm running and I got like a fake crew cut or whatever you want to call it. Like my fade is coppish, I guess.
Yeah, fade is
I'm
coppish.
like, nah. I'm like, if you would have seen me when the military wanted me, fuck no, they'd have shot me dead. Like if I showed up to a recruiter,
right? I'd
end up in Guantanamo. They'd be like, that's a disservice to America. Trying to join.
My fade looks coppish.
Coppish. I've heard that a lot, but that's all right though. You know, it is what it is. It fits.
Yeah, I mean, like I got a high top fade.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's what
my dad's still rocking the old flat top.
It's what the kids wear these days.
Yeah. So this changed your life.
But
you're breathing
I'm doing
and
this
shit.
breathing, and I'm forgetting about like my life is shit. Like I don't like the like I get boys that cry on Facebook and shit. I get it. Shit's shitty out here. Like
yeah,
you don't know what nobody's going through, but like my outside world was shitty. Like I'm going to this yoga, then like little does everybody know, like when I leave here, like I'm going to fucking argue with these doctors and shit and deal with this ugly side of life. Like,
yeah.
And,
that was like your escape.
But I went to yoga and we did this hour and I got up and it was just like, I didn't smoke no weed or nothing. It was fucking 9 a.m. in the morning on a random Saturday. And I'm like, man, she was like, how was it? And I'm just like nodding and shit. Like I couldn't, it probably took me maybe like 45 minutes before I was actually able to communicate.
Yeah.
Where I was just on this wave of, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what that was, but I was like, I'll see you next fucking Saturday for sure. And it started like that. I started going to this lady, Diane Beeler's class. She was a nice little 40-some-year-old cougar lady.
Yeah.
Real cool.
Yeah. Just help you out with it.
Hippie, but not like hippie. Like I'd go up there smelling like weed shortly after, and she'd be like, "Yeah, I think the guy that rents upstairs is smoking weed and shit." But it would be like me and shit, like coming out my pores. But she taught me yoga like early, but she taught me the fundamentals of it. Like you'll go to like the Southside yoga, like you're just doing your push-ups, you're doing your vinyasas. No one's like. You're not taking the time for them to explain shit to you. They don't got time to explain shit.
Exactly.
We'd be in like stretches. There's there's so many stretches that people take for granted, and it's real. Like if you remember gym class, you remember not gym class, fucking health class. You remember learning about fight or flight.
Yeah.
That's all controlled by your nervous system. It's all controlled by muscles. That's your psoas muscle. It's a muscle that runs from, I'd say, how to describe it, from like the top inside of your hip in through your groin and like down into there. It's like this piece of meat.
Yeah. Like back behind your hamstring kind of.
You would be so surprised that that's exactly where all your stress is at. That's it. Like the first time, it was like the second or third time I was up there, we did this stretch. She was like, it's a psoas stretch, and she described it as that. She's like, we're going to stretch your fight or flight. I remember the first time I stretched it, I like almost shit my pants and shit. I had like a weird reaction to it. Like my body was just like, what the fuck did you just do?
Yeah.
It was like a gum band snapped off me, and I was like, whoa. And it let some shit out of me. And to this day, I was like, man, next time I went up, we're doing something else. She's like, we're going to do this. We're doing back bends and shit. She's like, if you're holding tension in your spine, we're going to straighten spines out, blah, blah, blah. And it was really like all the bad shit that was going on would roll down my spine in my head and just right to the earth. Like the earth would just absorb it. And I don't know if it was like the placebo effect of me hearing this.
Yeah.
And thinking it,
Oh,
and
it
it
sounds
coming
crazy,
to being.
but I'm sure it's.
But that's like how I look at it. When I'm in yoga, it's like I'm not stretching my hips. I'm in there rinsing my liver out. And it's like real. When you look at the puddles of sweat, it like I really wish someone would like monitor me. Like if there's a science geek at like Pitt listening to this and they want to stick some fucking heart monitors on me when I go to yoga and see if it's like, I have a theory where it's like I smoke a lot of weed where I think like, man, that's my body's reaction to weed. Maybe if I didn't smoke weed, maybe I wouldn't drop this sweat when we do this twist, because in my head, I'm like, I'm not doing like a back twist. In my head, like we're doing a liver twist right now.
Yeah,
like, we're twisting the liver.
Like almost like a
we're
rag.
wringing the motherfucker out.
Yeah.
And literally like the sweat will start pouring and shit. Sometimes I'll be in like a down dog and it's like I'm getting waterboarded. I never been waterboarded, but sometimes in yoga, I'm like, I'm getting waterboarded.
Yeah.
And I think about like, you got to be uncomfortable. You got to be comfortable.
You got to feel the uncomfort.
You got to be comfortable with the uncomfort. Like,
Yeah,
if you're gonna
yeah.
not get broke by life or gravity out here.
Yeah,
You got to
gravity.
get used to just weird shit. And I'd be like, all right, I always keep my eyes closed. I think that has a big deal with it too. Doing that slow flow yoga with Diane with my eyes closed and just breathing in and out of my nose and really being able to, like, I'll go to yoga now. I can't keep that Ujjayi breath. I'll go to this hot yoga at Yoga Flow, which is like,
Yeah, how hot is it?
oh my God, I can't wait for winter. If school is 8 hours of this hell, man, I might as well just go to India and do it. Like,
Yeah.
I guess like
Is it like
some days it's like 105 degrees in there. The
Oh
heat
my
don't even turn
word.
on. Like they won't turn the heat on, and there's no way to cool it down to like 90 degrees. Like
just as hot as fuck?
No system's gonna listen to that shit.
Yeah.
So the AC won't kick on. So like if it's a humid day and there's 30 people in there, that motherfucker will be like 114 degrees and shit. And at first in the winter, I was like, it's cool, that 90 degrees feels great. That last like first couple weeks in July where it was like 93 and humid.
Fuck that.
Man, I literally was like
Pouring sweat.
not just pouring sweat. I was in there like where my body was like, if I ever needed to stretch my psoas and get this fight or flight, like my body, I want to say it was to the closest it's been. Like I've never thrown up or nothing,
Yeah.
but like my body was telling me like we're at stage 1, stage 2 is throw up, stage 3 is fucking
You're gonna
you
die.
need an IV drip like immediately or you're done. But like I'll feel like my skin's pulsing and shit from the heat. I'll be like, fuck.
That's what my coach used to say. He said you used to be able to pass out before you die.
But then I go back to World War II and I just think like
These motherfuckers are
these
out there in the
motherfuckers
trenches.
did it with 80 pack 80-pound backpacks on.
Yeah.
And they're doing it right now. Shout out to all soldiers doing it right now in Afghanistan.
Yeah, in the hot 100 plus weather, and they're just
yoga
have
ain't shit.
45, 50 pounds of fucking.
I'm here for an hour, 15 minutes, and 20. And when it gets real rugged, I just look at it like this. It's like we're practically done. I'll be
literally
outside
gonna
in
be
20
done. Minutes.
Yeah. Them boys are like,
Yeah, that we're here for another 9 months.
There's no turning terrorism off.
So you said you're about to start school.
Yeah, January.
So what is this? Like, what's the school?
I have no clue. I'm going through Yoga Alliance. I fuck with Yoga Flow out here.
Where's that?
They're everywhere. I go to the Murraysville location and I go to the Irwin location.
Okay.
And there's one in Shadyside. I don't like to go to Shady. I don't like City Yoga. I like City Yoga.
No, I know what you mean.
For the wrong reasons.
I know what you mean.
The parking and like the main reason why I snapped and was like, I'm going to school, I'm going to open up a yoga spot.
Yeah. Was
because all my yoga spots, they were these mom and pop spots where I would go. They're all cozy, one-on-one practice. That one-on-one practice is cool if you're me. But man, I used to think about it like, Diane, how are you keeping the fucking lights on?
Yeah.
Like you had to have lost money here. You might have made $30 if you're lucky on a day.
Yeah, because what's a yoga cost? Like
her classes were like they were cheap. They were $10 there. Yoga, it all varies. Like
I know some places are $5, some places are 20.
Some places are $5. It all depends on the instructor. Some are like 15, 20.
Yeah. I
usually just buy packages. I buy the unlimited monthly.
Yeah.
It's just you never know.
Yeah, fuck it.
And I structure my yoga based on like lifting. Like if I'm on a rest day, I don't go to yoga, but like I'll do the simple stretches like when I get out of bed. But I'm not gonna let, if I'm on a rest day, I'm not gonna let my body wow the fuck out in 100-degree weather for no reason.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I could use a stretch,
like,
but
take
I don't
a break
need
for
to,
a
I don't
minute.
need to do that. Like I don't need to pour no sweat out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's weird. Some people.
How long is school?
It's quicker than you would think. It's so fucking funny that they don't pump more of them. I was under the impression, I fucked up by not going last year. I was under the impression that it's basically 200 hours. You need 200 hours real quick.
Yeah.
But you need to do these retreats and you need to learn all this shit and then you need to do internship.
Yeah.
Which ain't no big deal. The internship actually works towards your 200 hours. But you do these retreats on Saturday, 6 hours, and Sunday another like 4 to 5 hours where I would guess you would just learn every aspect, the ins and outs of poses, the ins and outs of actually running the business.
Like all of it rather
because
than just
I never spoke to none of these yogi broads about like my plans. Like I had no clue Yoga on the Third was going to go out of business. If they did,
it did go out of business.
Yeah. If it would have went out, if I knew, like I heard them joking around on it, and I mentioned something too, like why don't you let me take the lease over? Like it's like a gym membership to me. Like if I could come up to my own yoga spot when I want to do yoga, fuck. And there was a couple broads up there. There was Diane who owned it, and there was this girl Katarina. It would be like. I feel so bad for like that yoga spot. It would be me, Katarina's mom, and this other random dude that was like her cousin. It would just be us every week on Tuesday. But every week she would progress us. Like it wouldn't be like I'll go to these yoga spots where it's like grandmas and shit. Like the instructor, you can't attempt to stand on your head with some 80-year-old bitch.
Yeah,
if she ain't there, like maybe, but it would be me. Her mom was fucking yoked. Her mom was like, she was like a Pat bus driver. She was like real fit. And this dude was a dude. Like the one benefit of being a dude going to yoga is women love you. There's so many downfalls to it though. One, the women love you. They're all looking up my shorts and shit. They're all looking at me. Half the time in hot yoga, I have to take my shirt off. My shirt's just so saturated. I'm getting waterboarded. I got to throw that motherfucker to the side.
Yeah.
Getting looked at. I'm the only dude in there.
Balls
come into effect. And they look at me and they're like, this dude could take whatever we throw at him.
Yeah.
And that fucking sucks sometimes. Like, 'cause sometimes it's like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, lady, I'll be thinking in my head, like, just breathe, try and be cool. But
Yeah.
I'm really panicking. Like, I'm really panicking. And things like that, I guess, are what you need in life. Like, that's a better
you need
panic.
to feel uncomfortable.
That's a better panic than the cops behind me and me panicking
Right.
in the car, like, oh shit. Cops.
Right. Fuck that.
I'd rather panic in yoga and be like, oh shit, I might bust my coconut if I don't hold this shit.
My homie Kaylee is a crazy yogi, and she's been like fucking, over some crazy different country and shit. She's been over there doing retreats and shit.
That's something I really am looking forward to.
She is wild as fuck.
I saved the best years of my life. Like, I should have been traveling forever. I lollygagged. I had prior obligations. Like, now I'm free as a bird to do whatever.
Yeah.
I could do whatever the fuck I want. But, like, I wasted years not traveling. That's on the agenda. Like, I always wanted to. I was, like, thinking in my head, like, I'll wait till I got, like, a wife or some shit. And then we'll go do all these ballin' ass cool vacations.
Yeah,
and
that's
shit.
what we do.
But now I'm looking at it now. Like, I'm going to do this shit next year. And then the following year, I'm going to fucking Thailand or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
go see, get culture.
I'm leveling up because the way I look at it, I firmly believe that it's more than just stretching. Like, there's some X-Men shit going on. Like, if you really get into it, there's the possibility of some X-Men shit. Like,
yeah. Unlocking, maybe, you know how they say we only use like 6% of our brain.
I've seen crazy things. I've seen women cry in hip openers, and I just thought nothing of it. I'm thinking to myself, like, man, I feel you. I feel you. Let it go. You
be crying in yoga?
No, I've never cried, but I've seen people cry, and I've understood why. Like, my favorite yoga is what they call restorative yoga. It don't get no hippier than that. That's the yoga, like, the Joey Diaz eat a fucking gorilla biscuit and go to that yoga and hug a pillow for the next hour.
That's what they do. They make you hug a pillow.
Restorative yoga is like, you'll do like, nothing is uncomfortable. You do not break your comfort zone. You got a pillow, bolster, blankets. You're basically hugging pillows, and you're hugging them for like 5 minutes, and it's beneficial. You're stretching your spine out. You're restoring your chakras, basically.
Yeah.
And it's just all at how you look at it. Like, if you're the 40-year-old lady who's like, I just want to get abs and go to yoga, like, that's cool too. But like,
yeah, if you're
like me, that's like,
I'm trying to figure out
like,
some
I got
shit.
abs already, and I got bench press whatever the fuck I feel like bench pressing today.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see what the fuck I could do with my brain.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to see what pops up.
Dude, Rogan talks about it so much, and like,
I hate how Rogan, like,
he gasses it up crazy.
He gasses things. He gassed the fucking float tank up to the point where I was like, maybe I shouldn't do the float tank. He was wrong.
Yeah. So
he's like, you're going to go in there, your inner demons are going to fly out. I'm in the float tank like, this is great.
Yeah.
We're spinning on a rock in the fucking galaxy right now. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, like, I feel like
spinning on a rock, man.
He also is on a completely different level than us.
Well,
he's on a completely different level.
He got to worry about his sponsors. He can't upset people. I know that. And he got to...
I honestly don't think it's that whatsoever. I think that if he wanted to...
He's very... I guess the term would be woke.
Yeah, he's woke, but I think it's to a different level. Like, he has never lived he hasn't lived a real life in a long time. He ain't lived
my life, yeah.
He ain't lived a real life in a long time.
Duquesne Light.
Comcast bills. You know what I mean?
World knows the funk. If I did a stand-up, like I wanted to do stand-up, how you did stand-up.
Yeah.
But man, I can't speak in front of a crowd. That, to me, it's not about being funny. It's just about getting up there and just breathing and being like, all right, let's do this. And I know boys they're going to be like, they might laugh, but everyone's going to feel it. Everybody fucks with Comcast. Everybody knows the pain that Comcast.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm the coolest breeze ever. You put me on the phone with Comcast, motherfucking, I'm like Wolverine. I'm like the Incredible Hulk. Like, my fucking shirt is off. I'm
tired
sweating,
of it.
And there's nothing I could do about it. I'm just mad for nothing.
So
Doctors used to get me like that too. Doctors and Comcast. Only people that can fuck my chi up.
And yoga takes you right back to it.
Takes me right, man.
So you do it how
I need to
often a
call
week?
Comcast at yoga. I try to get there 3 times a week.
And how many days a week do you lift?
Oh man, my lifting cycle is fucking ridiculous. I pretty much lift every day. I hit the gym up every day for something. I go 3 days on, and then I take a rest day, and then I go 3 days on again.
And what's your typical day of like food? Like, do you do like intermittent fasting or anything like that?
No, I'm
like, what's your breakfast like when you wake up?
man, I live the dream. I wake up, we'll say, like,
He said, "Man, I live the dream."
people listening to this are gonna be like, "What?
Yeah, you're like, bro, I don't have all day to do this.
Who is this dude? And what in
Yoga
the
Ralph?
fuck
You're about
is
to learn
he-
about him."
What is he talking about? I got these 2 cats, right? I wake up probably. Everybody wakes up and pisses in like the middle of the night and shit.
Yeah,
I probably wake up at like 5 in the morning. I'll get up and piss, take a quick shit. I'll just stay up for a minute. I'll be like, I'll feed the cats real quick, and I'll have myself what I call breakfast. First breakfast.
first breakfast.
It'll be a smoothie. It's liquid based. It'll be a banana or 2, a shit ton of spinach. One of them little dips of spinach. One of them fucking dime bags of spinach. A nickel bag of spinach, we'll call it.
Yeah,
One of them dips or kale. If they ain't got spinach, I'll throw some kale in. I don't
kale
like
is too bitter.
Kale's man.
It doesn't taste
if
well
you
in a
enjoy
smoothie.
kale, man, you're a psycho.
I love cooked kale for sure.
I never had it cooked. I've never had
Oh
it.
my god,
Luxury.
kale and steak and everything like that.
I
That's
don't.
different.
I'm not a spinach cooker because there's no comeback to it. It's like cooking bad cocaine off.
What
There's
do you
no
mean?
crack to be made from spinach.
Yeah,
I eat that shit raw. When I was on my losing weight phase, I used to grab a handful of spinach like it was Red Man Chew, and I just shove it in my mouth, and I'd be like, "You ain't gonna be hungry now, motherfucker." I just put down 2 handfuls of lettuce, and it got to the point where I was like, even if I'm hungry, I'm like, I don't want to eat this fucking.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
want
just gonna
that.
go to bed. And, but I'll wake up. I'll eat this banana, spinach. I'll put 1 scoop of organic protein in that motherfucker. Like a handful of blueberries, maybe some pine. It all depends on what type of fruit I have.
Yeah.
But I fuck with frozen fruit too because
All day. You don't have to put ice in it and don't water it down.
I put frozen bananas in there all day. Maybe frozen pineapple,
Yeah.
and put that in there. Bunch of chia seeds. Big fucking glollop of coconut oil.
Yeah.
What else do I put in this motherfucker? Maca powder. You ever hear of maca powder?
Yeah.
Put a big old dollop of. I put a big serving of maca powder in there. I feel like I have man boobs, and I'm like, this maca powder is how we build my testosterone up naturally. That's like the only.
The green stuff, right?
No, that's you're thinking of matcha.
Oh, I thought-
maca
I'm
powder is
sorry.
this root. It's maca.
I thought you were just saying it wrong, and I was just like,
it's called MACA. Look up maca. Maca root is funny, man. I was having the NSA is fucking crazy. I was having a random conversation with my boy in his vehicle,
Yeah.
and he was talking about hormone replacement therapies. And the ad people at the NSA are like, we're going to target this motherfucker with ads from GNC about testosterone. Me, I'm telling them you're fucking true. You're going to have hormone replacement. You're not even 40 yet.
Yeah.
Like, here's what you do. You stop drinking coffee or whatever. And I was like, you get up and get after it. Maybe eat a banana or 2, get some energy.
Yeah, and
like,
get a lift or something.
and I was like, here's the most important part is nobody sleeps. Nobody gets 8 hours of sleep.
Yep.
I get the work schedule. Like, boys got to work, but
How often do you sleep a night? I mean, like, how many hours do you sleep a night?
I definitely get 8 hours. I want to say 8 to 9 hours probably.
See, I don't have a good sleep schedule just because, like, I go to bed at 10, but like I'll be up at early as fuck and I cannot sleep late.
Back to that sleep schedule. I'll get up at that 5. I'll shit and I'll drink that smoothie. Feed the cats, scoop their litter box and shit. I'll watch like 20 minutes of Married with Children or something. I'll doze back off.
Yeah.
I'll doze back. It'll be like 6:30 in the morning. I'll doze back off until like 8:30, and then I'll just get up after that.
And you're good.
And then
You already had your nap in.
and then that's what I call fasted cardio.
Yeah.
Like then I go do my cardio. I'll go fucking run the park real quick, and
Old Renzi Park.
because old Jeremy Butts once told me that it's all about how you start the day. The first 15 minutes are crucial. If you get up and you're a stoner and you like pack a bowl and shit, that's what your day is going to be. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to get up. I already drank this smoothie a couple hours ago. It's processed, and you know I ain't got to worry about cramping or shitting my pants just yet. But I'm on a timetable where I do got to shit this spinach out in like another 45 minutes. I'll feel it when I'm running through Penn State. I'll be like,
about to have
speed
it.
this shit up a little bit and get this done. But I'll go do that. I'll start the day off with a run, and I'll come back home, and then I'll consume. I'll jump in the shower. I'll eat probably. I don't even know what I eat. My egg game is so fucking funny. There's no science to my eggs.
What do you mean?
Like, I probably eat like 10 eggs a day, but I eat them weird sometimes. Sometimes I might eat 6 like straight whole yolk eggs. Sometimes I'll crack 10 of them and I'll suck out all the yolks and keep maybe 3 yolks in there.
Yeah.
I eat eggs constantly that I got to do stupid shit like that to like.
I mean, it's understandable.
Cut the shit to make it interesting.
Yeah.
But every day, eggs. I'll eat the eggs, and I'll eat another banana. I'll eat the banana. Actually, I won't juice it or nothing. I'll eat that motherfucker straight up for substance. And then I'll probably roll a joint up, and then I'll go hit the gym up for a minute. Eat an apple on the way to the gym. Do what I got to do in the gym. Depending on what type of leftovers or what I got laying around the house to make.
Yeah.
Probably stop at Chipotle and get a nice Chipotle bowl. I don't go too ham at Chipotle. I don't get double meat or nothing. I just
regular
get
Chipotle.
The basic
what kind of meat
chicken.
you get at Chipotle?
I get the chicken. Sometimes I'll throw steak in there. Like,
you ever fuck with the barbacoa or carnitas?
Mm-mm.
Well, one of them is pork, so you can't.
Yeah, I don't fuck with the pork. I remember the bitch told me the one bean had pork in there, and I just remember this vegan lady like snapped, and I was like, "You've been giving me pork this whole time," and they had to bring a manager out and verify that there wasn't pork in the pinto beans. Some dude down there was like, "Yo, there's bacon in that motherfucker."
I'm black beans all day.
I'm like, yeah, black beans all day. The protein, you gotta get that protein.
Black beans all day.
I'll eat the Chipotle, and then like, I'll go home. I'll have time to kill, depending on what day it is. Like, I like to do my yoga. I feel like the weekend classes are few and far in between. Like, people got better shit to do on a Friday night than yoga.
Yeah, for sure.
So there ain't yoga popping, and the ones that are popping, they're the mom and pop motherfucking. You might see a couple heifers up in there. You might see a 80-year-old. Like, it's not going to be extreme.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to be some comfortable shit. So I like to go Monday through Thursday, basically, are my yoga days. And like I said, I go on this lifting cycle where it's like, I'll go 3 days on and then I'll take a rest day. So like say Monday, it'll be like, well, tomorrow will be my Monday. What day is today? Monday. Tomorrow's technically my Monday.
Yeah.
To people with jobs.
Yeah.
And my Monday is going to be like this. It's really Tuesday. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to probably go for a run if it's not raining or nothing. Probably go for a run or something. Then I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to lift chest and back. And then I'm going to go to yoga at like 6:30.
6:30 at night?
Yeah, 6:30 to like, what time is it in? Like 7:45?
That's what's up, though.
It's an hour and 15 minutes. And I'm going to do that. And then I don't even know what I'm going to eat. Like, people meal prep and shit. Like, I see boys break their necks out here. And the simple solution to meal prepping is, if you don't want to meal prep and eat like a vegan, get on the fucking treadmill for 15 minutes and just do it. And just burn off what you got.
Yep.
Eat a goddamn piece of bread. It won't kill you.
Yeah.
It will retain water and make you, if you weigh yourself every day too, it'll make you look like you put on some pounds. But
you cut out the bread and shit?
At one point I did, but man, fuck, give me some brioche bread from Aldi's. I'll make an egg. I eat eggs like a psycho. I'll put that right on an egg sandwich. It's like Emerald Lagasse. Motherfucking made that shit
all day.
And a little bit of hot sauce. It's like, oh shit, what the fuck is
sriracha and
this?
shit. That's the best.
I just got on this. You like truffles?
Truffles, yeah.
I got this sauce. It's called Truff. Another NSA popped up on my shit about Truff, and I'm like, you know what? This is a decent ad. I looked into it. I'm like, I like black truffles and shit. So I bought this hot sauce, man. This black.
It's fire.
Oh, it's fucking fire.
Truff. I'm gonna get it.
Put that shit on a fucking French fry, and it's like
I gotta
damn.
get it.
I don't like it on my eggs too much. I'm so gritty when it comes to eggs. I don't put pepper on them.
I got ketchup. Everything.
I just eat them. If I put ketchup on it, if I eat eggs for dinner, then I'll put some cheese and shit in it. Then I'll look at it like it's dinner. Then I'll be like, I gotta add substance to this shit.
Yeah, something a little bit extra.
But like, I really don't have like people will count calories and shit. I just eat.
Yeah, just eat and just do work.
And I eat like a psycho. Like I eat clean, but like I might eat like 4 pounds of chicken by accident.
I'm starving right
But
now.
like it's all. Oh, I'm so starving, and I don't know what I'm gonna eat.
That's all right. We need to go grab something after this.
What I was thinking was, well, one, I don't even remember where I'm technically located in the city. I got to pull out my.
This is Crafton Ingram.
My help the Yelp application and see what got 5 stars out here. But I was thinking of hitting like Cambodian Kitchen or even your boy at
Streets on Carson.
Streets.
That's all. You been there yet?
I've only been there for the Murray thing.
All day. This has been a running thing. He's on
Running plug.
Yeah, he gets plugged every week because that's how good it is.
That's where I hear it from.
I promise you, if you go down there, you get the. I mean, you can literally get anything you want. You want chicken, you can get the 24 karat wings, you can get the bone marrow, you can get
wings dipped in actual gold, like 2 Chainz,
like
2 Chainz would eat on Viceland,
bro. We'll look up the menu after this. All right, so wait, your plan after this is to go to school and to open your own yoga spot. I mean, technically, it just is America, and I could open it tomorrow. Yeah,
with the knowledge I have, but
you'd want to get real.
I don't want to be faking the funk out here.
Yeah,
I want to
be real about it.
I'm trying to come with heaters, and I'm not trying to be that dude that has 3 people in his class. I need. I understand I'm not going to be rich off it.
Yeah, but you'll be able to.
God damn, I got to keep the lights on in this motherfucker, so I got to put some seats up in there.
All right, so listen. I do this last segment to all these podcasts. You familiar with this is? Mm-mm. So this podcast, the last segment is called Desert Island Questions. Do you ever watch The Office? So whenever the fire episode, they get locked outside and Jim asks the desert island.
What I'm going to take to the desert island?
That's what I do. Desert island questions. Okay, so I give each person 3 categories to take with them on a desert island, and you get 3 choices for each category. So for this first category to take on a desert island, I give people the choices of movies. You get 3 movies to take with you to watch over.
Commando.
Yo, this is the second week.
Commando, number 1 movie of all motherfucking time.
You know who else said that?
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Game changer of my life.
You know who else said that? Germ.
Game changer.
Yeah. So Commando, that's okay. Commando.
My second favorite movie of all time would be The Departed.
Oh, that's a good one. I just had my wife watch that.
It's such a fucking gritty movie.
Yeah,
I could watch that shit, and it's long. Like if I'm on a desert island,
Speaking of that, I
always kill half the day.
Speaking
while
of that,
cog hunting and shit.
I ask everyone, what would you rather prefer, Goodfellas or Casino?
I'm taking. Ooh, I gotta be careful here.
I'm Casino.
I'm taking
all day.
Casino
All
because
day.
I seen Casino before I seen Goodfellas, and when I seen Casino, one, I wasn't even of age to be watching shit 100%, like that.
Yeah, not at all.
And I was like, wow, that's a fucking badass movie, man.
Probably,
to this day, I believe Sam Rothstein. I believe my boys, Sam Rothstein's like the ghost of Sam Rothstein.
Dude.
His odd making is the sickest.
That Casino's my shit. I pick it all the time over Goodfellas. But you have Commando, and then you picked
The Departed.
The Departed, and then you got one more.
Man. Realistically, I'm trying to throw in like a comedy because it's going to be a bummer on an island.
Right.
But I also got to just go.
I mean, you could pick up TV shows or whatever too.
There's not too many TV shows that I watch repetitively. Like I watch the Office reruns because they're the Office reruns.
Yeah.
And Seinfeld. Oh my God, Seinfeld. Well, I guess. If I had to take a third movie, I'm gonna go with my main man, the greatest actor in my opinion of all times, Arnold, and say Predator. I'm gonna say Predator.
You know they're making another one?
It better be Arnold.
It ain't.
Yeah, fuck no.
It
Did
is
you
done.
know Die Hard was the sequel to Commando?
No, I didn't. I'd never seen Die Hard. Still to this day, never seen it.
It's a little overrated.
He covers the mic. He said,
I mean, it's good, but it's a little overrated.
"Yeah,
Shout out to Bruce Willis and the
Bruce
fucking
Willis,
phony
man.
roast last night.
so many better movies with Bruce Willis in it. I'd rather watch The Kid with Bruce Willis.
Die Hard with a Vengeance? No, that was a bad motherfucker. That was like the first time I was exposed to racism.
Die Hard with a
As,
Vengeance.
as crazy as that sounds, like I grew up in McKeesport, and I really never heard boys drop N-bombs until I watched the motherfucking Die Hard. I'm like, damn, this is what racism is?
That's what racism is because of Die
I
Hard.
thought everyone was cool. I thought boys was been past that shit.
No,
It's
fucking,
even sicker now.
Yeah, it's
right?
crazy out here.
But instead of Predator, if I got the option to take a fucking TV show, it's got to be Seinfeld. That's
That's a good one.
That's-
I've only watched a couple episodes. I have it right there. I need to crack into it.
God, Larry David is my
The man. I've watched a lot more of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and he's the funniest.
Curb is no holds barred.
Yeah, that's
rated
the
R.
funniest because it just reminds me of of my life. You know, like it's always just some shit happening.
Dude, I am Larry David.
Yeah, I know. The only people that like that show are the ones that have you know.
I'm cool and all. I'm a cool breeze and all. But deep down, man, I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
I really only give a fuck about myself.
Right, like,
as of right now, I really only give a fuck about
Like
myself.
there's parties and shit whenever. Like I'm staying home.
I
This
got
is my
better
house.
shit to
This
do.
is my house.
I don't got nothing to do, but I got better shit to do.
All right. Second question is, okay. Do you read it all?
Somewhat.
No.
I go on spurts. It was my New Year's resolution to read. We got into February and I tapped out like 3 books in.
No. Okay. So I usually ask people 3 books to bring with them.
Ooh. The Outsiders.
Oh, that's a good one.
The
S.E. Hinton.
Outsiders.
That's my shit.
Let me think.
Man, that's such a good book. Movie's even fire too.
What other book would I say we could? It would be pointless to read I don't know. I would probably take this definitive yoga book with me because if
Hey,
I
that's
got nothing
fine.
better to do, I might as well just master
Read
the
about
art
yoga.
of stretching.
Yeah. Right.
And other than that, I think I would. I'm not religious, but I think I would take the Bible because, if I'm on a desert island, or I don't know, no, never mind. Scratch that. Fuck the Bible. Throw that out. I just came to my senses on that. I was just thinking, what if I had to restart civilization on this island?
Yeah.
I'm just
the
be
Bible
God.
ain't the
I'm the
place.
God. I'm fucking God now.
Yeah.
I created us.
I'd be taking a marine survival booklet.
I was gonna say a cookbook.
Yeah, something like that.
Some type of
Bear Grylls cookbook or Les Strout type cookbook. Something. Honestly, I've been thinking about it a lot more.
A real the Bear Grylls How to
Yeah,
Survive on a Desert
the book
Island
that the book that your boy had in Into the Wild that classifies all the plants that you can eat and shit. You got to have something like that.
You have to have that.
You know the other dude on this podcast. I was like, what movie you would take? He was like, I'd take every episode of Naked or Bear Grylls or whatever that survival show. I was like, that's a good answer.
I tried watching this new one where they drop boys off. It's like a reality show.
It's all fake now.
They drop boys off in remote locations, and the last one that asked to be rescued wins it all.
That's fake.
In the mountain. Did you ever watch McDodge? Do you know who McDodge is?
Nope. MacGyver?
No. McDodge.
I don't know. We'll talk. I don't know who that is.
Google McDodge. Ladies
All right.
and gentlemen.
Google McDodge. Okay, the last category is 3 CDs.
Man, my taste in music. All-time favorite CD. Supreme Clientele, Ghostface Killer.
That's your all-time favorite?
For sure. That's my personal favorite.
Okay.
Just something about that album. I have 3 copies of it in my car. One of them is the clean version. And what's crazy about that is I spent my whole childhood listening to that fucking album, not realizing it was the clean version. I never knew he dissed 50 Cent on there. I never knew none of that shit.
I didn't know that.
Until I got the dirty version.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. There's like 3 extra jams on the dirty version. Got 3 copies in my car right now. I bought the dirty version. One of them fucked up, and I was like, you know what? Ghostface is the man. Buy him another one.
buy mine.
I ain't burning that shit.
Yeah, buy him another
Buying
one.
another one. My favorite rapper of all time is Nas.
Really? What'd you think of his new album?
We all reach our prime, and sometimes you got to hang it up. You can't be the Undertaker and show up
What was
every
your favorite?
year. I want to say I Am. Or you know what? Yeah, I Am is my favorite album.
All right.
Banger after banger. That hit at my prime of like music development.
Was that the one with Rewind on it?
What, where he spits backwards?
Yeah.
No, that's like
after, right?
That's like 2 or 3 albums after. That's a phenomenal album. That's off of like God's Son, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember which one that was.
But I Am is like Hate Me Now. Small World. I just remember Small World. That's the best jam to me. He tells a story about a broad who was like a fake kingpin and like would it was just like a gangster tell.
I
remember hearing that like. And I'm like, man, this Nas is like next level shit.
People that tell wild ass stories.
I remember it was written like he started telling these stories. That song Plow, it's like he's talking about being a fucking gun. Like that's so creative. Like that has
any way that people could manipulate their lyrics to be able. You ever listen to Immortal Technique? Immortal Technique, Dance with the Devil. I mean, like that's probably what everyone that's listening would know. I know him
because he's pro. Like chemtrails and shit. Like he pops up on my YouTube.
He is a wild ass dude in real life. But that song, Dance with the Devil, you're just like, what the fuck? That's good. But you got one more choice.
I'm trying to think what the third album I would be. I'm trying to think of all my go-tos, what I always end up going to. I'm probably going to make everybody mad out here.
Who gives a fuck what people say?
One of my favorite albums of all time that I could always listen to, that I actually was just listening to, Sports, Drugs, and Entertainment, Cameron.
Oh, yeah? He's
Cameron
like a cult classic.
A lot of shit, but man.
He's like a cult classic, though, right?
It's.
There's either people that love him or hate him.
He was the closest to Pittsburgh of our sound before Wiz Khalifa made it. Like that was as East Coast as you could get since Biggie fucking died.
I could agree with that.
Or you know what? I forgot all about Biggie and Tupac. But when it comes to them, like you need to give me their greatest hits. Like
you can't.
Ready to Die was cool, but that's 2 goddamn discs. Like,
yeah, that's 2 discs. No, you got to have their greatest hits because or
Born Again was 2 discs or whatever.
Whichever one, but it's you got to have all their hits because like on each record they have dope ass hits that you got to have. I don't know. I fuck with that. Next and second to last question. Your death row meal. Literally anything in the world. I'm about to kill you, so you could have literally anything in the world.
I'm gonna eat a lot of shit.
That's fine.
One. We're going to have this is going to be a 3-stopper, I'd say.
Okay.
Tell the government, get on the horn out here. We're going to drop a couple C notes around here. That's some hipster dips. One, you're going to have to go to smoke, and I want 2 of every taco minimum.
Man, they're so good.
And not just that, you got to kill me on Sunday so I could get the donuts. When you were saying donuts, I forgot to cut you off and ask you if you ever had a smoked donut.
I never have.
Fuck, clear your schedule Sunday, hit me up.
Sunday smoked donuts.
I'm going purely for donuts. I'm on a mission.
They only have. Are they like regular donuts?
No.
Are they like the?
Think about like you know how smoked food
donuts.
is. No. These things are
because I hate peace loving little donuts, and everyone's like, dude, those are the fucking best.
There's when I look at sweets, it's like Oreo. That's poor people. That's peasant garbage.
Yeah.
Feed that to a fucking pigeon when it comes to that donut. And I love it. Their fucking donut. I got this donut. It was a strawberry cheesecake donut.
Ooh.
I don't even know how to describe it. Think of the best pie crust you never even had yet.
Yeah.
You ain't even had nothing like this shit yet. It's like a pie crust, but it's
Man,
a fucking donut.
my mouth is watering.
Donut, man. Go to Smoke PGH right now and like all their donut picks every Sunday.
I'm definitely going to hop on and look at
sick.
it.
I'm going there Sunday purely for donuts. I'm on a mission.
All
I'm
right.
on a goddamn mission. I'm going to get a dozen. It's probably going to cost me like $80. I don't even know what they charge for them. I'm going in there. They got the wildest shit. But Smoke, you're going to have to get me two of every taco from Smoke. I want some of their spiced corn on the cob, and I want you're definitely gonna have to get me their Frescas. Like,
Oh, that's the
not
best.
just the Fresca, but like
Their mango
you're gonna have
Fresca?
you're gonna have to get me like I want a watermelon or pear Fresca. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me no weak shit.
Yeah.
And I want like put it in a 2-liter or something.
Bro, I would have straight up, you ever see Gremlins whenever he's under the tap just drinking that?
Yep.
I would have did that with
Yep.
that mango
I
Fresca.
want like a 2-liter bottle of that.
It was
or
seriously
a gallon. Bring
unreal.
a gallon of that. Then we're gonna eat the Smoke. Then Salim's. My favorite place in the city is Salim's.
I've never been there. What's that? Italian?
Oh my God. North African, I guess. I don't know what you call this.
What's it called?
Middle Eastern Salim's. SALEM. Not like
Salim's. Like spelled like Salem.
yeah,
Or no,
but
with
there's
an E.
there's another spot in Southside that sounds similar, spelled similar. You got this place is on Penn Avenue. Salim's is that spot.
All right.
They have I guess you would call it Middle Eastern descent, like,
Yeah.
but it's like he owns the whole goddamn fucking block on Penn Avenue, right in the strip.
I'm gonna fuck that. I'm gonna fuck with it up.
It's he got a big fucking mural. You'll see it. It's right at the very beginning if you're coming from like Butler Street.
I'll fuck with that.
It's dude, he got made to order chicken and rice and like vegetables. It's like man, it's so next. His burger is so next level. It's like they sacrificed the cow right in the back to like the right God, and that shit is fire. They have chicken burgers and shawarmas, their version of gyros. They use like pickles instead of cucumbers. It's a game changer. They use garlic a lot different. Man, it's Salim's. You're going to have to go to Salim's and get me. These Salim meals are fucking meals in themselves. Like one Salim meal is like good. I eat a Salim meal like. They look at me like I'm some psycho American when I roll up in there. They're like, that's that dude, man. He eats it all. I clean that plate, man. It's huge. It's like 4 pounds of fucking food. I want the chicken marsala over the white rice, and I need chickpeas. I need the spinach, and I need the veggies.
Yeah.
All of them sides. And I also need a hamburger and a chicken burger from there.
All right.
And then finally, I'm definitely going to need a serious ass cake from
Patties.
my people at Patty's.
Yeah, you got to fuck
Shout
Patties.
out to the Patty's birthday cake. You might as well say, make it real creative. Like last ride, put an electric chair on there. Or something.
Yeah.
Put something real dope, like
Death Row Electric chair.
like instead of Happy Born Day, like put like like last ride.
Yeah, I put
Put
on my
like
socks
a skull and
first,
crossbones and
motherfucker.
shit. Like put something dope on there.
That's good.
Death row meal. I hope to God they don't execute me, but if they do, it's gonna
Right.
cost the fucking state like $500.
Right, something crazy. I would definitely have streets,
And I'm
meal.
just gonna fucking poop it everywhere the minute I pass.
I can't wait till you have streets. That place is unreal.
Yeah, I think that's on my target when I leave here.
Yeah. I might ride down with you
There
and go
or
eat there.
Cambodia,
Definitely go to streets. Come on now, get out of the Cambodian kitchen.
dude.
It's good, but you got to go try something else.
It all depends on parking. I might snap and end up
Yeah, somewhere else.
taking Tilly's home or something.
All right. And then the last question I ask everyone on here is: if you were able to talk to anyone, alive or dead, who would it be and why?
I mean, the real like in my situation, I'd say my dad, but we're
Yeah.
gonna skip that, and I'm gonna go to a historical figure because
Okay, yeah.
anybody would want to talk to
Exactly.
their
Their
deceased family.
grandfather. Yeah,
But if
exactly.
I could talk to anybody, man, who would I want to shoot the shit with? There's a lot of interesting people that passed. It would definitely be somebody like, man, I would want to talk. I would want to like interview somebody like Andrew Carnegie.
Andrew Carnegie.
I would want to talk to him.
That's pretty wild.
And if it wasn't him, I would want to talk to
Chris Crut.
I don't even know who. Oh, Chris Crut. Chris Crut, where are you nowadays? That's funny you name drop him, because I was thinking about him on River Road the other day. I was like, man, what the fuck is Chris?
That's
Crut
our ongoing
right
joke
now?
with me and Nor. Chris Crut. Why you always crutting up on people?
Where's Chris Crut at, man? Shout out
He's
to
in
Chris
Drama
Crut.
Club right now. He has a beret on in his Facebook picture.
I bet you Chris Crut is on some next level shit. He's probably like,
He's an actor now.
is he really?
I think he's in drama and shit like that. We should go see a play.
Man, that's so off the wall compared to what he was in school.
I know.
Like the
wearing
quiet,
that starter jacket.
Like that's someone I would chill with. Like when I say I chill with boys, like Cruddy was my dude.
Yeah, like Chris Crut.
He
I
was
remember
there.
him. He was always nice to me.
He was right next to me when I got dub chunk. He was the fucking. We were the weak links on the line. Me, him, and Chaz Roca.
That's funny. Andrew Carnegie, though, huh?
Andrew Carnegie. I mean, why not? He goddamn built America. Like, I wonder what his mind frame was really like.
Yeah.
Was
what he
it
was
like-
like taught. Like,
was it like build and destroy, or was it like?
was he like manic and just nuts? You
Was
know, like
was it
running
like
around?
was it manic, or was he like on the mind frame of I'm changing the world?
Yeah. I mean, that's a good answer.
He definitely changed the world, but like, do you think he was out to change the world, or was he out
Who knows,
for
dude?
power?
Who knows what
I
he
gotta-
was like?
One day I'll chop it up with that fucker
One day.
if we cross paths.
All right. Listen, we're gonna have to come back on here after you get done with this teaching extravaganza.
Oh, yeah,
because
when
we're
I have
already
something-
2.5 hours in,
When I have something to plug.
and I feel like we barely even scratched anything.
Oh yeah, we barely even talked about.
But you
we
can plug.
barely even talked about gravity.
Yeah, no, we barely talked about anything. So we'll definitely get you back on here. Take time to plug whatever you want to plug
The
right now. though.
importance. The only thing I really want to plug is the importance of just you gotta breathe out here, no matter what. If you don't breathe, you're gonna fucking die. If you learn to calm down and relax and be cool, you'll realize it's easier to be cool than it is to try to be hard. That's why they call it hard, right?
That's a good point.
Being
Damn, dropping some knowledge on the
That's
end
my
here.
philosophy. Like, and just get out there and get after it, and don't be scared of things. There's even if yoga ain't up your bag, like fucking you need to stretch. You're not cooler than nobody beats gravity.
No one.
You might be 5'10", but your muscles might tell you you're 5'8". You might be slumping on the inside.
Yeah.
Stretch that shit out, elongate it, fight gravity back, and you never know. You might release some stress at the same time.
Put all your negative thoughts into the world.
There's like, if this was video form, I would show boys like 3 quick stretches like that people should incorporate in their lives. But the beauty,
That's why you got to plug your Instagram and you got to put it on the Instagram.
I know. We need to talk about that. I got funny ideas for viral videos and shit that like.
Well, what's your Instagram? Plug it.
My Instagram is at Chunky Doo Wop. There's nothing special there. Me eating and posing and shit. It's not
right.
posing. It's not like fitness or nothing. It's like
I guarantee
like
you.
I live the life, but I don't.
I guarantee you people that are listening to this right now are going to be interested in who you are just by the way you
Yeah,
talk. So people are going to look at your Instagram, and whenever
Yeah.
you do decide to like start plugging all this shit, people are going to probably want to see it.
The plug will be there. Boys will fucking get and all of a sudden I'll appear on Facebook out of nowhere, and everybody's gonna get the invite. Because I plan on keeping it local, because just the simple fact that I'm tired of it. I'm tired of yoga taking 3 hours out of my life driving to and from.
Yeah.
Just to sweat for an hour, 15 minutes with a bunch of other hogs.
I know.
But man, if I didn't do it, I don't know where I would be. I think if I ain't fall victim to that, I'd have fell victim to what kills everybody else out here. Besides being out of shape and fucked up, I'd have probably fell victim to the streets on some gangster shit.
Yeah.
Or more importantly, I'd have probably fell victims to like drug and alcohol. Because like when shit's not working, like what do you do?
Yeah, people cope.
You gotta cope. You gotta react right. You either win or lose.
That's it.
And sometimes you lose, but if you react wrong to that, you fucking dig it worse.
Yeah, you dig yourself into a deeper hole.
The only thing I could really plug is to just breathe, stay positive, and the power is at your hands, where if you would never in your life be like, I'm going in the yoga studio or I'm going to spend $10, go on fucking YouTube and Google important poses. You should, we discussed earlier about raising blood pressure. Like if you put your legs above your heart and shit, it throws your whole nervous system off.
Yeah.
It'll make your blood flow backwards, and gravity, it doesn't work like that. Gravity ain't designed to go backwards. So it's like, it like cleanses your shit out.
Rings
Do
your
that.
liver
Go
out.
up there. It's simple. Put your feet up against the wall. Like you don't have to stand on your head.
And just feel the difference.
You'll feel the difference. You'll be like, what the fuck is that? You'll probably go to sleep better that night.
Than you ever have.
But it, like, I don't know. I would say give it a shot. Give real yoga a shot. Do your research. Don't find no bumfuck mom and pop shop where they're like, oh, well, you know, yoga. Like, go to a studio that actually got good reviews where people are like, yo, this teacher's amazing.
Yeah.
Go learn it from somebody that knows what they're doing. Like,
For sure.
just hearing me talk, like, I'm hyping it up, but it's like, you're probably like, what?
No, you're hyping it up
Doesn't make
realistically
sense.
because like you like I don't know, dude, you could have like your typical like
How many people you
your
know?
typical
like,
rich mom that's like out there like promoting yoga, but like you're a real person
Yeah,
that's like
like-
talking about like real shit.
yeah,
Like,
the physicality of it is secondary to me. That's kids' meals. I
Yeah.
get my abs from the kitchen and from hitting the iron and shit.
yeah.
And if I hit yoga like I hit the iron, which I'm trying to transition into, I'm like a fucking crackhead when it comes to these weights. I can't just like
Stop the weights.
Yeah, like I don't know. Maybe I'm scared to get smaller. I don't know.
Fuck
The
it.
whole game plan was to get smaller, but now I look at it like,
Yeah, why not beef up a little bit?
yeah, might as well just keep it moving.
All right.
Use it while you got it.
Use it while you got it.
Because 50's coming around the corner, and when you're 50, it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. For sure. Well, man, I appreciate you being on here.
Absolutely.
This was a good time. You
Yeah,
dropped a lot of
Not
knowledge.
bad.
Definitely get back on here for sure. I promise.
I've been up in here sweating. It's kind of hot up in here.
I know I had to turn off the AC in the fan, but everyone else that's listening, appreciate it very much. As always, follow me on social media at I'll Call You Right Back on Instagram, at ICYRB Podcast on Twitter. I'll Call You Right Back on Facebook, YouTube, wherever the fuck you look. It's all I'll Call You Right Back. Definitely leave me a review if you have not yet. It's just going to help me out. Go on there. Fucking give me a 5-star. Don't be a dick. Email me. I'll call you right back at gmail.com. Tell me who you'd like to hear on here. What type of guest. Tell me what you like. What you dislike. Call me a piece of shit. I don't care. Just give me some feedback. But I do appreciate you listening, and I'll call you right back.